everybody, and welcome to JoJerz Corner. I am Lobo.
I'm Jack.
I'm Clay.
And today we got a crap load of news and a crap load of things to do. But first of all, how you guys doing, man?
Good. I ended up taking off Wednesday and going fishing instead of working because it was 60 degrees here in Utah, and I was like, no way I'm passing that
I
up.
tried to message you on Snapchat like to reply to your story, and it wouldn't let me because it's not a friends only. I was just writing jealous.
Oh, I thought that it was all the same. Oh well. Yeah. We didn't get crap though, so you didn't miss out on much.
I don't care. It's better than
Oh,
working.
it was still
better
nice.
than working.
All right.
Yeah.
It was so nice that day, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
man, fuck you.
Minus the little bit of the breeze, it was great out there. I like just being out there. A few nibbles here and there. Yeah.
Cool, man.
I really like the picture I took.
Nice. Well, let's jump into it because we have quite a bit of news, and we also got to go over picks for many different sports. We got our picks for WrestleMania 40 and our predictions for the card. But first, the news that kind of stirred up in the beginning of the week. Clay, I know you're a little upset of this, but Bills trade wide receiver Stephon Diggs to the Texans for a third round pick for next
Second
year?
round pick.
Second round
Not
pick?
even a first.
Jesus Christ.
Goodbye, drama bitch boy. So,
Jeez.
I like Diggs, but he is drama and he likes the bitch. So not too entirely sad about it, but yeah, he did help out Josh Allen in like when he first came. But
I remember Diggs being very.
it's just the people showed stats of one of our other wide receivers, Shakir.
He had
With his stats, he played in less games, had less starts. No, sorry, had less catches, but pretty much the same amount of yardage and touchdowns than Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs he had all these stuff and didn't really perform as well as he used to. So
Yeah, as what I was hearing too is he had a bit of an off year. So it kind of is whatever, but I think he should have been worth a higher round for sure.
we should have gotten another fucking player or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty underwhelming for.
Or a draft pick for this year. Multiple draft picks.
Yes, definitely.
Not us getting a second round draft pick for next year and Houston getting Diggs and 2 draft picks. One for this year, one for next year.
That was a terrible move for me.
It's so stupid.
It's like they were just trying to get rid of him just to get rid of him.
We are
Agreed.
just getting rid of him because
Like
we're
you said.
saving a boatload of money in the next few years
Mhm.
to help us with future cap space.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just I think we lost a lot of stuff right now for what we could have.
Yeah. Agreed. I think he's definitely worth more than a second round next year, but what the fuck do I know?
We should have got. If it's a second round, give us more than one pick, not just
Yeah.
Single.
one.
Yeah. On the flip side, Buffalo did sign offensive tackle Lael Collins. He was formerly with the Bengals.
Yep.
So it seems like they're shoring up the O line for.
We need it.
Yeah, for Allen for sure.
We need it.
But yeah, it looks they got rid of a good weapon, but they're protecting him. So.
We have multiple weapons.
Yeah, you guys should be fine.
He also played for the Dallas Cowboys as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
He just complained that he never got the fucking ball either. So even though it's a team sport.
Yeah. Yeah, diva for sure. Defensive lineman Eddie Goldman returns and signs with the Falcons. Did not get the how long the contract would be for, but he definitely. Geez, not him. Definitely not him.
No, I meant to type, and my finger clicked the wrong one, and next thing you know, I'm looking at Eddie Collins.
Old black and white baseball player for sure.
Yep. Now we're on the 320-pound beast,
Yes.
Eddie Goldman.
Yes.
Wow, he's been with the Bears for a long time.
Yeah, it looks like this is the end of his career. Probably a 1 or 2 year deal here for the Falcons.
1 year deal.
He's 30 years old, so
Everything else going forward is going to be a 1 year deal for him.
well, I would say he joined a little, I guess, about the same type of team, just more warm.
Yes, but
Little bit of
I would
waffles.
argue that the NFC North is much tougher than the NFC South.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so-
definitely. But
But
same type of team.
yeah,
All
kind of
right.
like, eh. Speaking of all right teams or the South, Bucks reached deal with pass rusher Randy Gregory. I also didn't get a year, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 1 or 2 year deal. Yeah, signs to the Bucks. Linebacker, pass rusher.
I
not say?
don't know. I can't skim that fast.
But regardless, it seems like the Bucks are shoring up their defense again. And that I can't tell you much about him. I was not so aware of him, to be honest.
Yeah, he did the 49ers and more, apparently. Oh. Dallas Cowboys and Denver Broncos.
Gotcha.
1 year contract with
1
the
year.
Bucks.
Gotcha. Sweet. We were just watching the WrestleMania kickoff show, also with the Pat McAfee show there at
Yeah.
WrestleMania World, WWE World, in Philly. But Philly, the Eagles signed left tackle Jordan Mauilata to a 3-year deal.
He's so good. I love him.
You're aware who he was? Who was he with before?
With before? I don't know.
Oh, he's still been with the Eagles. Okay, they re-signed him for him to come back.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Because he did rugby before, and then in
That was the
in
player.
New Zealand, and then he came here.
Yeah.
He has an amazing singing voice, and he's such a funny player as well.
Nice.
So
So
I think he's really good.
nice.
Him and Jason Kelsey, they're always funny talking together and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in season 7 of The Masked Singer as Thingamabob of Team Cuddly.
Okay.
Yeah, well, him and the entire Eagles team, they did 2 Christmas albums
Yep.
that they posted on Spotify.
Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, and Connor Barwin.
Yep.
I know you said Jason Kelsey. I didn't hear the other names.
Yeah,
Mostly because I tuned you out.
I didn't say the other name. There's just Jason Kelsey.
All right, I was just clarifying.
Well,
That's yeah.
also
Yep.
re-signing, but with the Baltimore Ravens, we got Kyle Van Noy has signed a 2-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens. He was formerly with the New England Patriots and the Chargers as well,
And the Dolphins,
and the Dolphins. Sweet.
and the Lions,
Oh, he's been around.
and he was BYU Cougars boy. Let's go Utah.
Yeah, he was a Utah boy. They talked about soaking with him on the Pat McAfee show. Yes, exactly. That's how I know.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's like, I've never done that. I'm like, okay. I didn't know till
You
that.
haven't?
I know. Not like that. I actually have it. Actually, do it. Just do it. What was it? Emperor Palpatine when he's telling.
Do it.
Anyways, also Panthers extend defensive tackle Derek Brown to a 4-year deal. I think he was probably one of their bright sides of the Panthers last year.
Well, he's only been with the Panthers.
Yeah, for 2 years, right?
Well, he played with Auburn from to 2016.
Okay,
And been on the Panthers since 2020.
okay, all right.
But he's 25 years old, so
So he's still pretty young, but it looks like they signed one of their only bright sides on their whole fucking year last year. Giants signed linebacker Isaiah Simmons to a 1-year deal. He, as far as I understood, he was a multi-tool player once upon a time. I do not know how well he's done. Recently.
he's also 25.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of 30s and 25-year-olds going into
But
this.
he originally played for Arizona in 2020, and then went to the Giants in 2023.
He's
Okay.
had 2 defensive touchdowns.
Nice. Safety spot.
And 8.5 sacks.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, congratulations on them. Now let's jump into the UFL Week 2 picks. We have, like every week, it's going to be 4 games. This week we got San Antonio Brahmas against Memphis Showboats. Let me pull up the record real quick as we continue these picks. So for that, the next game is Arlington Renegades versus St. Louis Battlehawks. Why the fuck is it not giving me UFL?
It's UFL is so weird on Google.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find anything that's direct without going into
There we go. I finally got it.
just everything.
So for the San Antonio Brahmas, they're 1-0, and the Memphis Showboats are also 1-0. The Showboats have scored 18 and 12 against, and the Brahmas have 27-12. I'm picking the San Antonio Brahmas to beat the Showboats. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I don't know previous year stats if
No.
the people just went against each other. So I think I'm still kind of just watching everything flesh out right now and
Gotcha.
seeing how players are. I mean, it is week 2 out of what?
I think it's gonna be. I think they all play twice, so it'll be 10 weeks or so. But regardless, okay. Next we got Arlington Renegades and St. Louis Battlehawks. Both of them lost last week in week 1. Renegades have 14 points and 27 against and minus 13. St. Louis Battlehawks have 16 against and 18. Oh no, they scored 16 and 18 against and a minus 2. I have St. Louis Battlehawks just by a little bit as they have a better defense than Arlington. They have a better offense too, slightly. Then we got Birmingham Stallions. Sorry, Jesus Christ, Stallions versus Michigan Panthers. They're both 1-0. They both won. The differential is 13 for the Stallions and +2 to the Panthers. I have the Stallions here winning this one, and then we got the Houston Renegades versus the DC Defenders. They're both 0-1. The differential is 15 for the Defenders, minus 15, and minus 6 for the Houston Roughnecks. I'll have the Houston Roughnecks winning here. Tell us what you guys picked for week 2 of the UFL. Last week was actually not a bad week. We saw some of the highlights. It was not bad overall.
Yeah, it was some pretty decent
Plays and stuff.
some plays.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said last week, it just is NFL but slower.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely tell that there's, I hate to use the word less coordination, but like you just get to see more of the goofier plays that you would at like watching a high school game or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they're the people that went to college for football or were playing in football in college, and some people went to the NFL, and these guys were just like, let's go to the UFL
Yeah.
and let's just hang back. So I mean, you have some decent players
Well,
hidden in the rough, and as what you were saying, some people can get moved over from UFL into the NFL, and it's just like, yeah, and you can see where it's just there's a lot of, and I hate to use inexperience as a word, but it's the only word that comes to mind.
well, it's just you can't compare the NFL to pretty much. This would be practice squad members for the most part.
And that's why I say I hate using the words that I have used in the descriptions. Is, I mean, it's different levels here.
Yeah. I mean, in comparison, that's what it would be. But I think we should just look at it as what it is. It's a subsequential league. They're just trying to grow. I think they would have to find a way to make their style of football exciting. It is slower. I believe more they actually went with the run pass option instead of trying to always gunsling it out. It'll be more better. Have them actually have a good run game like the old school football. I think it'll be much better, but that's kind of out of the past, so I don't know how much they would be able to do that.
Yeah, and I get that it's like also a testing area right now.
Yes.
With it only having 8 teams. I would like to see more of a competition that goes into it because it's very. I mean, you have the same teams that face each other twice and then they just call it good.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on into some NBA. Let's start off with New York Knicks. Julius Randle has season-ending shoulder injury. This was already kind of, we talked about this a little bit, but now it's official. He's out for the season. Another injury, unfortunate. Zion Williams will be out. He sat out today for the Spurs game with the finger injury. Apparently, it's a sore finger. Uh,
I'll give you a finger injury.
so he's stuck up there. Uh, I don't know. What do you guys think about this finger injury? Because it does not say it's broken. It does not say it is like swollen or anything. All it said it was bruised left finger.
Well, that honestly probably definitely hurt how you play, and so
Yeah.
A bruised left finger
Yeah.
is what it is. And you can have bone bruises.
Mhm.
So I understand that those can be painful. And especially if you're like going the ball, it's leaving your fingertips. I can see where it would like mess it up if you pull your shot too much or something like that, or whatever the scenario. I mean, I don't play a lot of sports, but I can see where, I mean, you're using your hands a lot. So it makes sense why you would potentially sit out. But the bigger question you need to ask yourself is, am I losing anything from not playing to playing to whatever? And obviously he made the choice to sit out.
How about you, Clay? What are your thoughts? Because mine are very one way, and I don't want to do this first.
Well,
we last.
if it's that bad to where it's to sit out, it's probably better to have him sit out so it doesn't get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because again, like how Jack said, basketball you use your hands. You're mainly using your fingers to shoot the ball to help guide it.
Sure.
But
He brought it from work.
Yep.
but
So, yeah.
I don't know how bad it is, so I'm not
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah, we don't know how bad it is, and as far as we go, it's bruised. It's just really sore. I can see it affecting a lot, but I also don't live in that reality. So I think of, oh, my fingers hurt. Just play through it. But also, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just don't know.
His toughness is definitely being questioned here. Put it this way. There was an old 49er player, Ronnie Lott, broke his finger. He told during the game, he told the doctors, cut it off. I'm going back on the field. I mean, I get people are not made the same way anymore, for sure. But his toughness and the fact that he's been out, 2 and somewhat years since he got drafted a few years ago with injuries, it's just, he seems like he's unreliable and he's injury prone. And he lets everything kind of get to him, and
He has played 65 out of the 76 games for the Pelicans.
That's this year.
Yeah.
And it's not counting last year and the year before, because he was out also a lot. So it's just his toughness is being questioned here a lot, not just by me. I don't know. I would tough it out. We've seen players get their ankles rolled, they come out and still play. Sore finger, I get it. You shoot with it, but there's a tag that they use for people that just go out with little stuff like that. I'm not gonna say it, although I really want to.
Right. If LeBron can, anyone can.
Anyways, moving on. Now we're gonna talk about teams that have clinched the playoffs. No other team has clinched the playoffs before what we talked about already last week, but there was a few more teams eliminated. Oh no, one more team eliminated. Just Brooklyn Nets have also been eliminated from the playoffs. All the Eastern Conference is set on the teams that are going to make the playoffs. Boston has clinched. Milwaukee is going to be in the playoffs. Cleveland, New York, Orlando, Indianapolis, Miami, and Philadelphia are going to be in. And for the play-in, how do they phrase it? Clinched playoff berth also is Chicago and Atlanta. So all 10 teams that are going to be in the playoffs for the Eastern is done. For the Western, there's only one possibility that could sneak in, and that's the Houston Rockets. Possibly overtaking either the Lakers or Golden State. I don't... Come on, fucking Lakers. On a 3-win string. All right, we're all right. So that is the news for the NBA, but now we're going to do some picks here real quick. For today, there's only one game left to start. The rest are either in the third. Oh no, there's one game in the first quarter. Jesus. The Suns are beating the Timberwolves 13-0 in the first quarter.
Yep.
I'll pick the Timberwolves to come back on this one. And then we got the Jazz versus the Clippers in LA. I have LA on that one.
That doesn't even matter at this point.
Exactly. For tomorrow, we got 4 games. I'm going to be picking really one. The rest kind of don't matter. No, I'll pick 2. The first one is going to be Atlanta Hawks versus Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets are just playing to get a higher spot, and Atlanta, if I remember correctly, they're in the playoffs regardless. Yeah, they're in the playoffs already. And then the other game is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the LA Lakers in LA. The Lakers are favored. I'll have the Lakers here. Any thoughts on that one?
The Cavs.
And then for Sunday, let's see what we got. We got a few good games here. First, we got the Houston Rockets who are trying to sneak into the playoffs with the 38-39 record versus the Dallas Mavericks who are pretty solid in the playoff run there. 46-30. It is in the Mavericks' home. I'm picking the Mavericks here. Then we got the Cavaliers 46-31 versus the LA Clippers 48-28. There's gonna be a few good games here. Jesus. I have the Clippers here at home. The Timberwolves 53-23 play the Lakers 44-33. The Lakers are at home. I don't want to see them lose, but I think the Timberwolves will win right here.
Yep.
We got a few other good games. 3 more games. Ooh, one I'm leaving till the end. Actually, all these are going to be good. These are all 3 possibility games of the nights. First, we got the Heat and the Pacers. 43-34 for the Heat, 44-34 for the Pacers. I have Miami winning this game. We got also the Pelicans, who we just talked about, 55-32 versus the Phoenix Suns, 55-31. I have the Pelicans. If Zion is playing, they will win. If not, let's go Phoenix Suns. And then the final game of the night is going to be the New York Knicks versus the Milwaukee Bucks, 45-31 for the Knicks, 47-29 for the Bucks. Bucks are at home, and I'm picking the Bucks to win this one. Any thoughts on any of those games, guys?
Meh, I think you call them as good as they can go.
Probably, right? Let's move on to some NHL. Let's start off what we saw on Wednesday, dude. New York Rangers and New Jersey Devils. The puck is about to be dropped.
Oh, and they get.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody fights, bro.
Everybody starts brawling.
Hell, that's a way to start a game.
And what was it? There are only 5 refs and there's 6 brawls.
No, there was 4 refs and 5 brawlers.
Yeah, I know it was off by 1.
Yeah.
I just don't remember which direction it went.
So one of them, there was no rules. But yeah, I mean, all 8 players got ejected because of this fight. And this was a revenge fight from the previous game they had where one of the New York Rangers players elbows hit one of the Devils and kind of knocked them out. So this was a revenge, and they all went at it.
The coaches were going at it.
Yeah,
too.
behind the bench, they almost came in and said, "Let's brawl too." That would have been great, a little icing on the top. But this is why I like hockey. It's like if there's beef, they'll settle it there on the ice, and then move on. Unless there was a game in the early 2000s where all game, I think it was like 12 fights or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. But regardless, with that, let's go into the standings on people or teams that have clinched the playoffs. There's been a few more added for the NHL. As, like we mentioned before, Boston has clinched, Florida Panthers have clinched, Toronto Maple Leafs just clinched, and Tampa Bay Lightning just clinched as well. New York Rangers and Carolina Hurricane have already clinched. And then for the West, Winnipeg Jets clinched, and that's the only thing that was added. There was a few more eliminated from.
Come on, my Oilers haven't made it yet?
No. They're close. Seattle Kraken and Calgary Flames have been eliminated officially from the playoffs. And on the other, Montreal Canadiens has also been added to the eliminated teams. Yeah, I think...
Oh, you showing different stuff. Look at this. Well, yeah, so let me go back to the West.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't. Wait.
So
Wait, sorry. I go back to the East.
What happened?
It doesn't show Maple Leafs or Lightning
yeah,
or Clint, but it shows it on yours. Well, we're looking at the same thing.
we're looking at the same thing. Yeah.
That's funny.
Imagine your Google being out of date.
Dude, I don't
It might be.
understand.
Refresh the page.
That
But-
is
Well, I just typed it in.
strange.
Okay, that's fun. That's weird. I
That is funny. Did they play to get today and they made it today? No.
no, yesterday I think it was when they did. Let me see.
Get wrecked, nerd.
I don't understand.
Well, speaking of that, let's go into today's games.
I have a little
No,
bit of
go for it.
news.
Jump on that.
It was yesterday.
So, yeah, yesterday news. Thank you. Florida Panthers defenseman Aaron Ekbald will likely miss the rest of the regular season,
Oh,
but he should be back for the Stanley Cup playoffs.
nice.
Apparently, he has missed. Where did I see it? He has missed 25 games this season out of 51 games. But they are hoping that he will get into it. He is in his 10th season with the Panthers and has 347 points in a 676 career games.
Nice.
So, it seems like, he's scoring at least once in half of his games.
Yeah,
So, he seems like a very good player.
definitely.
So, hopefully his injury, which is undisclosed, will allow him to play in the Stanley Cups, especially if the Panthers are...
They already clinched, so
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure this is for him to be healthy through the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
And make a run to the Stanley Cup.
So, best of luck for him.
Yeah, definitely. Now, let's jump into the games for today. All of them are on the way or have already finished.
There's two still in.
3, but I'm only gonna pick one of those games.
Well, there's two still in the first.
Yeah,
So-
actually no, I'm gonna pick 2 of them regardless. I have Golden Knights beating Coyotes. Obviously,
Yeah.
it just started,
Yep.
and then the other one that's gonna be a good game. It's just the second quarter just started. The Oilers are beating the Avalanche 3-2.
Avalanche will come back though.
I hope not.
I think the Avalanche will come back here. And
Well,
although
I just said I hope not. I didn't ever say that the Avalanche are or not.
I think this
But I
one
don't believe in my Oilers.
no, but I think this game's gonna go to overtime, and Avalanche will win in overtime.
I hope not.
Yeah, they'll get a point regardless. And then for tomorrow, there's quite a few games here. Nothing too crazy. The Jets and the Wild are playing. I got the Jets there. It's not even close. Oh, we got a few good games. Okay, we got the Vancouver Canucks 47-21-8 with 102 points versus the LA Kings 40-25-11 with 91 points. What is their record? They should be on the Western, by the way, both of them.
We have the Knights and the Kings, you said?
Kings and the
The
Canucks.
Canucks.
Kings and the
They're
Canucks.
both in the Pacific Division.
hmm
Gotcha. I mean, realistically, the Canucks should absolutely smash the Kings here. But the Canucks are on a 5-4-1 for the last 10 on a 1-win streak to the Kings, 6-4-0 on a 2-win streak.
Ooh.
Uh,
Give me the Kings in a close one.
I'll say
Probably in overtime.
say Canucks because they scored a lot more and pretty much let in the same amount
Gotcha.
as
Yeah.
the Kings.
All right.
I don't think it's going to be a smacking, but the Kings shouldn't win.
no, the Kings should not win. But I feel like it'll be like 3-2 if anything.
Yeah. I still have the Kings. Regardless, it's going to be a close game. And then the game of the night for tomorrow is the Florida Panthers 48-24-5, 101 points, versus the Boston Bruins 45-17-15 with the 105 points here. What are they're on the Eastern. Right there on the top. They're right next to each other.
Nice. That makes it easy.
Yes, sir.
So for the Bruins, you have 7-3-0 on a 3-win streak. For the Panthers, 3-6-1 on a 1-win streak. So the Panthers are a little bit behind the Bruins.
Not really shit. Give me the Panthers.
I have the Panthers on this as well.
Nope.
Their scores for goals made are pretty freaking close. The Panthers at 252 and the Bruins at 256. But the Bruins let in more goals than the Panthers by almost 14 whole points.
Okay,
So
Almost 10.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bruins here with that injury. I think the
but
Bruins.
he
will
also
take-
hasn't played for half the games.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I still take the Bruins here for them to keep their point lead.
Panthers.
And then Sunday, we got. Well, first let's talk about this. Sabres versus the Red Wings. Buffalo Sabres.
They're gonna get.
No, I think they're
I
gonna
don't
win
know,
this
it's a
one.
pretty close
I
game.
think they're gonna win this one. It's gonna be a
I
close.
thought that the Red Wings were a lot higher.
No, they're right next to each other as well. Yeah, I have Buffalo winning that one. How about you guys?
Yeah, I just looked at the goal differential.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally the same but different.
It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's they're so freaking close that
I have I got the what the fuck did I say? The Sabres.
I'll take the Sabres, but them winning is still not going to get them above the Red Wings.
No.
No.
By 1 point.
that's not gonna do much for them. But
It's legit 1 point difference. It's like a tie.
yeah, I mean, let's go Sabres, but
They'll be
it's an idiot fight.
yeah. I think the Sabres will. The one of the other games that I'm gonna pick is the Predators versus the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey Devils are on the verge of being eliminated. The Predators are doing very good. They're on the verge of clinching a playoff spot. I have the Predators here winning, even if it's in New Jersey.
I have Predators.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the game of the night on the Western Conference, we got Dallas Stars 48-19-9 with 105 points versus Avalanche 48-22-6 with 102 points. Let's go to the tell of the last 10 games.
with the Stars, they're at 8-2-0 on an 8-win streak. Let's go Stars.
Nice.
Avalanche on a 7-2-1 on a 1-win streak.
Oh, it's tight.
I'm going to say Avalanche. They're going to knock them out of the 9-win streak thing. Because I'm pretty sure it was Jackson and I, we guessed last week that the 7-win streak team was going to win, but they lost. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to continue on this path with the Avalanche upsetting the Dallas Stars.
So I'm gonna pick it too, mostly because if they do win in regulation, they will tie the Stars on points.
No, they was tied, yeah.
And,
I can't do math.
Then it'll be a very tight. Jesus Christ! So that was simple math.
Simple math hard.
My public education is showing.
Let's go, same school.
I went to public education in LA, no less.
I have no words on this subject.
Anyways, that'll make it a tighter race as the season comes to a close, and it makes it more exciting when it's.
I
a tight
think
race.
it'll be more exciting,
Mhm.
especially if the Avalanche win. But I mostly am in agreement with Clay on the let's lose out on to the 9-win. Let's cut that out.
Nice. Let's move on into our busted ass NCAA brackets. We're completely fucked. The only team I have
You
left,
brought ours out of the trash, and I don't know why.
just because I didn't want to put him there, just so you could see how bad we were. So the only team I have left alive in this is UConn. I know you guys have Purdue still.
Yeah.
I have UConn and Purdue still technically in, but they still lose to another team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I do as well. In my head canon, it will be UConn versus Purdue. And I'm going to go with UConn taking it all the way.
yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're leaning. The games are going to be on Saturday here. We got North Carolina State, number 11, going up against number 1 Purdue. And then Alabama, number 4, going against number 1 UConn. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think UConn's going to win it. The whole thing.
Well, now that we've all said it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Battle of the Wands.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And then leaning on the women's, right now this is tough to see. It is halftime, and UConn women's number 3 are up on number 1 Iowa's 32-26. Iowa has Caitlin Clark, who's that crazy 3-point shooter for the women.
Mm-hmm.
They need to step up. I mean, they're not down by a lot, but They need to step up if they want to make the finals again this year. And then
I'll vote UConn on that, and then we can have both UConn teams winning.
W UConn.
again, no, that was in the mid and early 2000s. I don't want to see that.
We're gonna have go UConn.
That's okay.
Well, I want
I'd
Iowa
rather
to come
not see
back.
other things happen too. But
And then
I'd rather go blind. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
I don't want to go blind. I'm already blind enough.
there's a. I just won't say it on air.
yeah, no worries.
Safe.
And then the other game has already finished. South Carolina has advanced to the NCAA Women's Finals, be going over North Carolina State, 78-59, not even close. So it looks like it's South Carolina for sure versus who? We will see in a bit. Regardless, we'll keep you updated on those scores. Let's jump into some Major League Baseball as some big news came up this week. The A's have found a new home as they'll be moving to play in Sacramento till 2027 and then move to Vegas after that. I know Utah's officially out of that running.
Yeah,
They
We're
have,
still building the stadium.
yeah,
I
but
mean, don't let's not get our hopes up there right now. What's up, Clay?
no, but yeah, it's the funny thing is the Bees, they played their last game at the stadium on 13th, which they won, but that was their last game until next year when the new stadium will be built and finished
Heck yeah.
in daybreak.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, other than that, the A stadium though, the one where it's gonna be located, it's gonna be on the Strip, like the Allegiant Stadium, where your team plays, the Raiders.
Raiders.
Whoa.
Gatorade.
No, but one of the hotels, Tropicana,
Mm-hmm.
they officially closed down after 67 years of being open.
I wonder how much their carpets weigh before they got them and after they got them with all that cigarette smoke and debris and
I don't know.
Liquor.
Well, there was also mafia connections
Yes.
as well to the
Mhm.
thing.
That's how
how much
started,
cocaine's in the carpets.
So,
Ah!
yeah, they've officially closed,
One
and
of
they'll
those
be
itches.
demolishing it, pretty much now,
Yeah.
and building the A stadium there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean when this hotel got introduced way back in the day, there was always mafia connections with them. But yeah.
It's slated for October.
To be destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's crazy.
But it's going to be crazy on how the stadium looks. I mean, we saw the concept art, and I really hope that it goes
I
through.
hope it's like that because that looks sick,
Oh yeah,
especially for the Vegas scenery. I think it would look really cool.
yeah, with domes and arches and bubbles and baubles and all of that. I'm 100% behind it.
Knick-knack and trinkets.
Exactly. And I also just like the fact that it looks like the Sydney Opera House. That's my biggest selling point for all that.
You never know. They might do some opera stuff there. You never know.
Exactly. Who knows?
They might make a joke and be like, "Hey, one time only. This opera person's coming."
I was hoping that it was just going to be the entire Nemo showing in the middle and a whole like gladiator arena and
No,
everything.
no.
No.
Anyway, before we do our final little things here and go into some footy, we have there was up till I think yesterday there was only one more undefeated team, but they lost. They're now 6-1 in Detroit, but there's still one team that has not won a single game. They're 0-8. Miami Marlins. They continue to suck with the
Get wrecked, Marlins.
with the differential of 30 runs. Fuck, negative 30 runs.
If I remember right, the Marlins were good like 15 years ago.
They won 2 World Series, but they have not been good very often. But with that, the top teams in the league right now are Detroit, 6-1. Then there's New York and Cleveland Guardians with 6-2. On the American League, on the National League, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates with 6-2, and the LA Dodgers 7-3. So it looks like the Dodgers are still way up there.
So just as a little information blast, the Miami Marlins last won their World Series in 2003, and before that, 1997.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they haven't been great in a while. I mean, I know they went to a few other World Series, and I know they lost one recently, or somewhat recently.
Yeah, I remember them being like decently good. Just hearing it in passing. I've never followed a lot of baseball in my life, so
Speaking of the A's, they're the worst team in the American League with 1 win and 7 losses. Jesus Christ. If they want to get fans in Vegas, they need to start getting good quick. Yeah, that's our baseball news. So let's go into our footy. Clay?
it's Clay.
Yeah,
He
buddy.
goes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
L.A.
pull.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I gotta
Clay.
pull this up because this is the first thing on my news here.
Go for it.
So after last week, there are still 3 teams that are still unbeaten. One of them is Philadelphia Union, which I'm still surprised and don't know how.
Yeah.
But
Absolute shocker.
then the second team, LA Galaxy, which
Nice.
no brainer, and then FC Cincinnati, again a no brainer. But yeah, 2 teams were eliminated last week with St. Louis and I can't remember the other team now. But RSL defeated St. Louis last week. So
Correct, St. Louis.
then on to other news. We will be talking about this game on our predictions because it is 2 teams that we've always made predictions for. But this is a very big game as it is a very popular, mainly because it is El Tráfico, which is LAFC versus LA Galaxy.
Is that just Spanish for a lot of fucking traffic?
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
assume so.
No,
I
it's-
don't know Spanish, but I would assume so.
Come on, Spanish man.
It just says the traffic. But technically, yeah.
Yeah.
It means it's all traffic. LA, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
The record for El Tráfico is LAFC has 7 wins. There's been 5 draws, and LA Galaxy has 9 wins. That is the record for El Tráfico, but we will also go over the last 5 games that LAFC and LA Galaxy have faced each other when we do our predictions for that.
Sounds good.
Other news, which is very sad news for us here in RSL fans. RSL veteran defender Marcelo Silva, he suffered a severe hamstring injury during practice and will miss 4 to 6 months. He's been with the team for a very, very long time. He's in his retirement age, pretty much, like very soon.
So he might not even come back.
Well, no, he'll come back. He's had multiple injuries. That's where he's been out for a very long time. He's just old to where he'll retire soon. But
Gotcha.
I don't think right now. Because he's still very fucking good. He's so good. He
good.
normally
So
wears the captain's armband, but with Chicho Rarengo being our new captain, he won't be wearing it unless Chicho gets subbed. But
Gotcha.
he's that's how long he's been with the team. Other than that, Justin Glad, he's been with the team for 10 years now. Marcelo Silva, he's been with the team, I think, a little bit longer than that. So, very important asset to RSL. Sad to see him gone for a while again. But other than that, Inter Miami signed forward Leo Alfonso as the 2nd round pick from the 2024 MLS Super Draft through the 2024 MLS season with options to spanning to 2025 or 2027. Then we'll also get into this. I actually have more news for Inter Miami. We'll get that into when we do their prediction. But other than that, here are some 8 under the radar newcomer signings for the MLS that definitely are being watched by fans and stat people alive. You know, the type thing is just these people to really look out for that could be dangerous to the games. The first one is from LA Galaxy. He's a defender. He's from Japan. His name is Mickey Yamane. And the second one is from Atlanta United. He's a midfielder. His name is Artas Sills.
You know, I was gonna try and quick research these guys, and then I forgot that it's MLS, and most of the spellings are
Weird.
really, really weird.
Look at his name. It has an SZ, and then the same with his last name, SZ.
Yeah,
It's weird.
no, I'm good. I don't want to try.
Yeah. The third team is FC Cincinnati. He's a defender. There's a lot of defenders and midfields. It's I don't know why, but yeah. Oh shit! I didn't put his. Oh fuck. Well,
What's his name?
just type in. Let's see if I can just find it really quick. MLS News.
Fast Google.
Okay. Actually, you type in MLS News and see if you can, or type eight under the radar newcomer signings and see if you can see it really quick. While I continue down the list. Number 4, or sorry, no, sorry. Number 3 still, defender.
What was his name again?
Go down to the bottom. He's at the bottom. Luca Oriolano. Number 4, LAFC forward David Martinez. Number 5, New York Red Bull defender Noah Ellie. Midfielder DC United. Cool. And then
Gotta get your notes in order, boy.
sure, I don't know why I forgot to put the team and the thing now, but oh well.
Oh well.
Number 6, Charlotte FC midfielder. Try to pronounce this guy's name. Here you go.
Charlotte midfielder.
Yeah, try to pronounce that.
Djibouti Diani. Djibouti, whatever. Diani.
I'm assuming
Jibril
that's what I'm assuming.
Diani. I think the J is just silent.
I think it's Jibril Diani.
Yeah, Jibril.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. And then number 7 from RSL, he's a midfielder, Fidel Barajas.
Barajas.
Yeah.
Barajas.
Yeah.
Barajas.
He's very good. I really like him. And then number 8, DC United midfielder, Matty Peltola.
Mm-hmm.
Peltola, or however you pronounce his stupid name.
Yeah, Peltola. That's the best I got.
But yeah, those are the top 8 under the radar newcomer signings.
Cool.
Then,
Well, obviously, it wasn't under enough because we heard about it.
yeah. Then Inter Miami's striker Luis Suarez, who just came into the team this year, he has been named Player of the Month for both February and March.
Nice.
Dang, double monther.
Yeah, well, he scored 8 goals in 7 games.
Yeah.
Carry much.
Well, without Messi, you know, someone has to score. But it's funny.
Still no faith in Inter Miami.
You might change that after the stats here.
They're doing pretty well.
We'll go into the news for other Inter Miami once we get to the game. Let's get to our predictions here.
Okay.
So we have the first match. We have New York City versus Atlanta United. New York City is ranked 14th out of 15 on the East Coast, while Atlanta is ranked 6th in the East Coast. The home team is New York City. The head-to-head record is 2 to New York, 3 draws, and 0 to Atlanta. The win probability is New York at a 47%, a 27% draw, and a 26% to Atlanta. The goal differentials for New York is a 4-8 -4, and Atlanta 9-4-5. But here's another stat I want you guys to also go into consideration. Atlanta has done well against teams that are still doing poorly this season. They have not really faced good teams, so New York is still a poor team. So, but that is some consideration to put in.
You said New York City or New York?
New York City.
No, New York City.
Okay, so as the injuries go, New York City, they have 3 outs. Maxi Morales, Thales Magno, and Jovan Mijitovic. Yeah. That's the best I got. Atlanta. They also have 3 outs at Jerk Makamak. That guy.
That's the guy that, you know, we
Giorgos
talked about. He got
Gerkamakis.
player of the week,
Yep.
scored a hat trick.
Oh, yeah. I trust me, I remember trying to pronounce his name. Don't remember what it is, but I remember trying to pronounce it. So obviously he's a higher end player. Stian Gregerson and
Gregerson.
yeah, okay. I'm trying. All these names are weird. Okay, leave me alone. And then you have Zande Silva.
Silva. Yeah.
Mm.
Also, the one thing I was trying to mainly put out, Atlanta's only scored highs because they've done against poor teams.
Yeah,
That's the reason why they're 9-4-5.
but New York's also been playing.
Crappy.
They're 14th.
I got
out of
Atlanta
15.
2-0, by the
Yeah.
way.
You have Atlanta 2-0?
2-0.
I will be bringing my laptop tomorrow for WrestleMania and whatnot.
Okay.
Just so I can have games going. Well, not the game, like actual game, but
Scores?
just like scores going.
Just know we're having food here, so.
I know.
Okay.
I got on 1-1 tie.
1-1 tag. You have faith in New York.
I do not.
I have.
Brain fart?
I'm thinking.
Well, you think of whatever you're trying to think. I'm going to say it is going to be a 2-0 Atlanta as well.
What the fuck, man?
No, I'm gonna stick with 1-1 tie.
Okay. On to match number 2. Both powerhouses right now in the East Coast. We have the first seed, FC Cincinnati, versus 4th seed, New York Red Bulls. The home team is Cincinnati. The head-to-head record is Cincinnati 4, 0 draws, 1 to New York Red Bulls. The win probability, Cincinnati at a 45%, draw 27%, and New York Red Bull at a 28%. The goal differential, Cincinnati is a 6.33, and the New York Red Bulls is a 9.63. What is the injury reports looking like?
So for New York Red Bulls, you got 1 out, 1 questionable. Corey Burke, and questionable is Emil Forsberg. And for Cincinnati, you have London Agito, Roman Celentano,
Yeah.
and then Steven. That's the weirdest Steven I have ever seen. Jimenez.
Jesus.
I've never seen a Stiven.
All right, for that comment, what's your prediction here?
Roll back the stats, please.
For which one? Win probability, goal differential, head-to-head record, which that?
Head to head.
So Cincinnati has won 4 times, and New York Red Bull has won once.
I'm gonna stick on Cincinnati 2-1 Cincy.
All right. Lobo, what do you think?
2-1 New York.
2-1 New York?
Yeah, giving Cincinnati their first loss.
That would be their first loss. You'd be
Mhm.
correct. Ooh,
You even got the close up on you.
gosh. New York Red Bulls, they have definitely put in some work. Again, they did beat Inter Miami when Messi was out.
Don't mean shit.
It does mean something with Messi out.
Why are you taking the nuts from me?
Because I knew you were going to reach him.
I'm going to go 2-1 Cincy as well. I think that's a very interesting game for Cincinnati to win and keep the winning record.
Keep it rolling, rolling, rolling.
All right. On to match number 3. We have second in the West, Vancouver versus 5 in the East, Toronto. The home team is Vancouver. The head-to-head record Vancouver is 4, draw once, and 0-2 Toronto. The win probability is a 65% for Vancouver, 21 for draw, and a 14 for Toronto. Vancouver's goal differential is a 10.64, while Toronto is 6.51. What's the injury report looking like?
Injury report for Toronto is 4 outs, 1 questionable. Lorenzo Insigne, Richie Laira, Raul Petoretta, Brandon Servania, and questionable is Nixion Gomez. For Vancouver, we only have 1 out at Luis Martins. Or Martins.
Martin!
Hey, Martin!
What do you think, Lobo?
2-1 Vancouver.
Jax?
I'll take that 2-1 Vancouver.
Son of a bitch.
I was also thinking 2-1 before you guys were even saying anything.
Oh,
but-
yo. Yeah, just with those injury reports, I kind of lean more to Vancouver.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's our very first time where we've all had the same guess.
Four. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On to match number 4. We have third in the East, Columbus versus 8 in the East, DC United. The home team is Columbus. The head-to-head record is 4 to Columbus, 1 draw, 0 for DC. The win probability of Columbus at a 58%, at a draw 23%, and at 19% for DC. The goal differential is very close. The Columbus is at a 9.63, while DC is a 9.81. Very close. What's the injury report looking like?
We have the injury report for Columbus. 2 outs, 2 questionables. Christian Ramirez and Sean Zadawatsky. And questionable, you have Rudy Kamencho and Alex Matan.
Camacho.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
DC United, we have 5 outs at Steven Birnbaum. I had to, my brain read that as Buscemi for the first time. Russell Canus, Nathan Crockford, Tyler Miller, Garrison Tubbs.
You said the last 2 perfectly.
Yes, because they're part of my family at this point. Martin, where's my drink? Yeah, see?
No, I don't get up that early.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did see some highlights, but no, I don't get up that early either. By the way, I got this 2-2 tied.
but I did see the goal from Chelsea where the guy kicked it and it bounced right off his
Hold on.
chest and went inside the net. I did see that goal. He kicked it so damn hard, it just like went into the goal. But
Almost a Scott Sterling moment, except in
Yeah.
reverse.
the funny thing was, if the defender did not block it, the goalie had it.
That's a rip.
Yeah, yeah. It's very sad for Man United.
It was only at 11 a.m.
Okay, but like I work. I work during the week, so I can't watch it.
I have 2-2 tied.
Plus, I don't think I have the streaming platforms for it. At least I don't pay for it. So, but sorry, what?
2-2 tie.
A 2-2 tie.
What's the score differential?
The goal differentials.
Mm-hmm.
Columbus
3
9.63 and DC
plus
United
1.
9.81. Like very close.
Yeah.
But Columbus has won 4 times. DC has won 0 out of the 5 games. There's been 1 draw, and Columbus is at a 58% win probability, while DC United is at 19.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Columbus as well. I've kind of been doubting Columbus all this time. I'm gonna go 3-1 Columbus.
All right. I will say 2-1. Columbus. All right, match number 5. We have the lowest of the low in the East Coast. 15th, New England versus 9th in the East, Charlotte.
Man, this probability is so close.
Yep, the home team is New England. The head-to-head record, New England is 3, 0 draws, 1 to Charlotte. This will be their 5th match they played against each other. The win probability, New England at a 39%, 28% draw, and a 33% to Charlotte. Goal differential is crazy. New England, 4-11, -7. Charlotte, 6-5-1. So, what do you think, Jax?
I'm thinking Charlotte 1-0.
1-0?
Yeah.
Lobo?
So I'm looking here in the differential. I think Charlie wants 2-0.
2-0 Charlotte. Why does it do that? All right.
Because sometimes it has a mind of its own.
I don't know. It like I'm typing and then it goes the left part of the line. I don't get it.
Mm.
But I'm gonna guess.
I almost went tie on this.
I don't think it's gonna be a tie.
I almost.
I think Charlotte's gonna win mainly because they can actually score,
Yeah.
not let in shit.
See, and I'm almost
So-
agreeing with Lobo here at a 2-0, but I'm going to stick with my 2-1.
No, I'm guessing 1-0 Charlotte. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be the most boring game to watch.
No, New England has no defense, so I think that's why.
And before Charlotte actually goes 5-0, just as a little spitball out there, because we never covered injuries, and I think
Oh,
it's still good
sorry.
to still cover it.
You could still cover it.
I
forgot
even though
to
we've
ask.
already made our picks.
We can change. It's not tomorrow yet.
Yeah. Me texting you at 2 a.m. like last time. No, I'm kidding.
If it's 2 a.m., that's a cut up. Like, it has to be before 12. Because what we should do at a prediction, you cannot change it the next day.
Mm.
So,
Okay, so New England, they have 3 outs. Dylan Borrero, Brandon Bai, Peyton Miller. And for Charlotte, we have 2 outs, 1 questionable at Ben Bender. What a Chad. Brandon Cambridge. And questionable, we have Nathan. My brain don't work with that name. Byrne.
Byron.
There you go. What they said.
It doesn't change my pick.
No.
you want to change?
Nope, it doesn't
Alright.
change it.
That doesn't change for me either.
Just means that New England is out worse than what they were.
Next game.
Well, they've only tied once. They only have 1 point on the board.
Yeah.
So, on to match number 6. We have 2nd in the East, Anna Miami, versus 7th in the West, Colorado. The home team, Anna Miami. Head-to-head record, 0-0-0.
Never played before.
This will be first time in club history to play against each other. The win probability, Miami at a 52%, draw 24%, and the Colorado at a 24%. The goal differentials is 14-10-4 for Inter Miami. Colorado is 8-10 -2. Now here's the news. Messi's back.
Mm-hmm.
He will be playing tomorrow. Not sure for a full match or what. But news came out today. He will be playing. But here's some more news to put towards your prediction as well. Ever since Messi's been hurt, they've let in more goals and scored less. Because I went back a few weeks and they were like 13-5 and whatever.
Yep.
And then it just they didn't score any goals. And it was like 13-9-3, and it was like now it's 14-10-4. Like
Yeah.
they're just without Messi, they just cannot hold.
The team is just
What's that?
falling apart. I mean, even if you look at the
God damn.
the Miami's stats here, we have everything has now transitioned from international duty to now outs. So Inter
Yeah.
Miami's roster really hasn't changed.
Before we get into the injury report, I did read a little article that I thought we could talk about with the injury report.
Yep.
Of why Inter Miami has so many injuries.
They're
A
old.
lot of people are complaining about it being towards that they went on a little tour before preseason.
Mm.
So they went to like Korea, they went to a bunch of all these different countries to play against these other teams.
Oh, they were
as a-
playing a lot.
as a little tour to say, hey, Messi's here, type thing. You know, this is his first full season. Let's do a tour and get him out there to play. Because we have the 4 Barcelona players, so let's get them going. And that's why a lot of people think that a lot of the injuries are coming because of the little tour they went. And the biggest question, was it worth it?
Yeah, because it seems like, I mean, they played for how long? Few weeks.
They were playing Sands early February
Yeah.
when their tour and preseason started. They started before anyone else.
Yeah. So they've already they started the game in 12 weeks in essentially, and everybody else is now catching up to them. So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these people are pretty tired. I can see that. It's definitely going to, like I said, sway my trust in Inter Miami, and I now blame it more on them showboating Messi more than anything. So, like you said, great question of did they make a mistake touring Messi?
Most likely.
Yeah, because if for this season, in MLS specifically, I mean, it was probably still good for Inter Miami to get all that news out and all that other stuff. Probably beneficial for them, but in terms of trying to win MLS Cup, not it.
Yeah. But speaking of injuries, let's get into the report.
All right, we'll start off with Colorado first, with 4 outs and 1 questionable. Spanish man, we have Daniel. Is it Chacon?
Chacon.
Okay, just making sure. I don't know what little fancy things above
Spanish man?
Spanish man.
Spanish man. Name, please.
Is that my superhero name? Spanish man.
Da-da-da! It's Spanish man.
Anyways.
Yeah. So we have him, Jonathan Lewis, Connor Ronan, Jasper Lofensen. Loffelson. Thank you.
Sorry,
I'll
he was
take-
an RSL player.
I know. I know.
I
And
can't
then-
his name.
For questionable, we have Keegan Rosenberry.
What a name.
Yeah, that I'm now hungry. And I have been munching nuts all night. For Inter Miami, we have a devastating 7 outs with Yannick Bright, Facundo Farisa. I can't say that. Farias. My brain can't brain right now. Ian Frey, Sergey Krivstov,
Christoph.
Federico Rendondo, Robbie Robinson. Good name. Robert Taylor.
Their parents are very, very creative with this name.
Yeah, there's Ben Benenson.
Yeah.
So far, that's my favorite.
It was Bender.
Oh, Ben Bender. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct, Ben Bender. So yeah, my faith is in Inter Miami is definitely dwindling. I think with Messi being back, it's going to change some stuff. We got to get you on that app.
3-2 Miami.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to ask Jack first. It's okay.
What?
I was letting him go on his rant.
Too much overthinking.
3-2.
Not enough overthinking.
Who's winning?
I keep putting my faith in Inter Miami, and then I lose out on my faith in Inter Miami.
Okay. Then
But Messi's back.
what's your fate?
Choose your fate.
Fatality. You're really having no trouble with this one.
You go, Clay. I can't think. I'm thinking it's
I
going
wanna
to be a higher
I don't
score.
want to influence you, though.
Lobo's already influenced
I
me.
know. But a lot of the time when I would put my pick, you change sometimes.
Sometimes. Colorado. What are they placing at again?
7th in the West.
Seventh in
They
the
did
West.
beat LAFC last week, but again, LAFC doesn't look very good at all this season, so
I'm gonna go 2-2 tie.
that's fair.
That's interesting. How about you, Clay?
I'm gonna go another. Let's hit it again. Another DJ Khaled. Another one.
Another one.
2-1 in our Miami.
Damn it, fuckers. We're thinking the same over here.
You said 3-2.
No, I did say 3-2, but
But that's my 2-1.
Mhm.
That's my third 2-1 prediction. Another one.
Another one.
All right. We talked about this before with other news. With El Tráfico,
oh
we
yeah.
have match number 7. We had 9th in the West, LAFC versus 1st in the West, LA Galaxy. The home team
Oh my
is
gosh.
LAFC. That head record is LAFC 3, 0 draws, 2 to Galaxy. Win probability, LAFC at a 53%, which I think is way too high.
I think that's way out.
I think it's way too high. There's a 23% draw and a 24% to Galaxy. I think that's way too close to a draw percentage for Galaxy. than it should be. I think Galaxy should be higher than LAFC just based on how the season is going right now. Because just wait till I get to the goal differentials, which is now. Goal differential, LAFC 990, Galaxy 1394.
That's what I'm saying.
It's stupid. It's really stupid.
What are the injuries?
Oh, I had it that they're all pulled apart. LA Galaxy has 2 outs with Jalen Neal and Eric Zavaleta. And for LAFC, you have Lorenzo Della
Vela.
And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they're even putting Los Angeles above 42% even.
Which one?
Which one?
They're both LA.
LAFC, sorry.
That's why I say LAFC and Galaxy.
Yeah, that's what I was going with was Galaxy being LA
I
Galaxy.
say LAFC full thing just because it's so you know what team. You can say Will Ferrell's team because he owns that team.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Jax?
I have it 3-1 LA Galaxy.
Oh, all right. Very generous. What do you think, Tom? Or Lobo, sorry.
Oh, I just cleared that page.
I was thinking the same way as Jackson. 3-1 Galaxy.
3-1. Goodness, very generous.
Galaxy has just been smacking it, man.
No, make it 3-2 Galaxy. 3-2. I think they might score another one.
That would have been a rib.
I don't know why. I hate touchpads, dude. I hate
do
it
too.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Jax, you actually want to pull up scores from El Tráficos and see what, just kind of tell us what the last few games have been.
So I have the last 4 pulled up here, and you have LAFC 4-2, LA Galaxy 2-1, LA Galaxy 2-0, LAFC 3-2, and these were all in the 2023 year.
Mm-hmm.
So just last year.
Yeah, so just last year.
So decent scoring games, at least 2 goals, at least minimum for a winning team.
The most recent game was 4-2 LAFC.
But that was when LAC actually looked good. So
Yeah.
just saying.
So I think it's going to be closer to how it's been, whatever.
Oh, you said mine 3-2, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
You said 3-1.
No, I switched it to 3-2.
Okay.
You switched it, right?
Yeah, yours was still 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't ever change it. I think it's also gonna be 3-2, LA Galaxy.
This is like the 4th one we got the fucking same, dude.
Sadler says now it's going to be 3-1 at El Lobo.
Well, like,
Yeah, maybe.
it's still high scoring. Yeah. And if you look back, pretty much a year ago, it was 3-2 LAFC, right? It's 3-2. I think it's just gonna be the opposite. It's LA Galaxy.
Okay, I can see that logic.
Yeah, it's legit. A year ago, it's the winning team has scored at least 2 goals in the past 4 games. That is crazy. So, I definitely think it's gonna be like that. All right, on the match number 8, we have 10th in the West, St. Louis versus 12th in the West, FC Dallas. The home team is St. Louis. The head-to-head record: St. Louis 1, 0 draws, 1 to Dallas. Win probability: St. Louis at a 53%, a draw of 25%, and a Dallas at a 22%. All right, now we get to goal differentials. St. Louis 11-11-0.
Jesus.
Dallas 6-10 -4. So
All right.
again, St. Louis has faced some good teams. Like, we just beat them last Saturday, 3-1. We beat them pretty damn good, which is awesome. Because Chicho, he scored his hat trick. We all in the second half. Very good. But St. Louis is still a good team. FC Dallas is mid to bad type thing. So
Yeah.
But let's get into our injury report.
So for the injuries, we have FC Dallas at 6 outs right now with Marco Farfan, Jesus Ferreira, uh,
Pereira.
Ferreira. They all seem very similar.
They are.
And we have Aesir Ilarmandi.
I would say, yeah.
Iliarmandi.
No, that's Yara. Oh, that's an I. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 L's. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I looked at first. And I was like, how you want to try and enunciate 3 L's?
Finish your thing, and then I'll get into what Sadler said.
Giovanni Jesus, Paxton Pamico, Alan Valesco. And for St. Louis, we have 2 outs on Edward Lowen and Joachim Nilsson. So that's all for LAFC or St. Louis. Sorry.
And to Sadler, the overtime versus extra time, which extra time is called stoppage time in soccer. It is the same for every soccer league in the world. It's all the same. Overtime happens after the game, at the end of the game, if it's still tied. But that only happens if it's like playoffs or knockout games. If there's just a normal game, like the regular season, there will be no overtime. So that's why it can end in a tie. But extra time / stoppage time is any time the game comes to a halt or at a stopping point where the clock doesn't need to continue anymore, like the ball goes out or there's a foul or someone falls to the ground because of an injury or whatever, something just where the game is stopped. The clock still goes, and they will count down how long that will stop for, and they count all that together by the end of the first half and the second half, where the first half stoppage time will happen, and then the second stoppage time will happen after as well. So, and then overtime would go after. But overtime will end after 2 halves. They play 2 15-minute halves for overtime. And then if it still ends in a tie, then it goes to penalty kicks. But that's how all the ruling works for that.
Neat.
Picks.
All right, let's get into our picks here for St. Louis and Dallas. What do you think, Lobo?
2-1 San Luis.
Jax.
2-0 St. Louis.
There we go.
I think I agree with Jax here on the 2-0. I think that's more possible. Just they both let in a bunch of fucking goals.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why I went 2-1.
And most of the reason why I put FC Dallas at 2-0 is I don't necessarily know what position these guys play, and I kind of wish that in this list it did show their position. So maybe I'll have to just do that as a little note thing later. But they just have 6 people out on their team, and I don't know exactly what they play. So that's why I'm going more 2-0, mostly because injury report. Most of mine.
yeah. On to match number 9. We have 4th in the West, Minnesota, versus 3rd in the West, RSL. The home team is Minnesota. The head-to-head record, Minnesota won, 3 draws, 1 to RSL. The win probability, Minnesota at 44%, draw at 27%, and RSL at 29%. The goal differentials, Minnesota is an 8.62, and RSL is a 10.73. Me personally, I honestly don't. I think that the win probability is also too favored in Minnesota, like way too high. Because RSL, we have faced some pretty damn good teams, and we beat them. Like, we beat St. Louis last week, 3-1. And we beat some other teams. Pretty good team. Like, at a pretty good score. And, like last game, we had some injuries that they still played, and we still beat them 3-1. And they're still giving Minnesota this higher advantage, even though they are 1 seed below us, and I believe they even lost last week as well. So I think it's way too high for them. At least at a 44%, I think it's crazy. But let's get into our injury report here.
So for Minnesota, we have Kervin Arriaga, Emmanuel Reynoso, Miguel Tapias, Zarek Valentin. And then for Real, we have 4 outs, 1 questionable. We have Kevin Bonilla, Eric Holt, Pablo Ruiz, Marcelo Silva, and Anderson Julio.
I got this a 2-2 tie. I think that's a more probability than Minnesota winning.
Okay, Jax.
I'm going to stick with you on that 2-2 tie.
Nice.
Another one. 2-1 RSL.
Another one.
I think RSL right now, we found a good rhythm, and
Yeah, 2-2 tie.
we could definitely beat them on that. Yeah. So, on to our final match. Match number 10. We have 12th in the East, Chicago, versus 5th in the West, Houston Dynamo. Home team is Chicago. Head-to-head record, Chicago at 2, 0 draws, and 3 to Houston. Win probability, Chicago at a 42%.
Too high.
Draw at 28%. And Houston at a 30%.
I see why though.
The goal differentials for Chicago is a 9, 13, -4. And for Houston,
It's 6-4
6,
plus
4,
2. What are the injury reports?
For Chicago, we have 2 outs, Chase Gasper and Andrew Gutman.
Gutman, or
Gutman.
yeah, whatever you want to pronounce it.
And for Houston Dynamo, we have Hector Herrera and Nelson Quinones. With questionables, we have Coco. Nope, that one's yours.
Coco Carrasquilla.
Sebastian Ferreira, and Michael Dos Santos.
I see why Chicago was a little more favored. I think, but
It's because of Hector Herrera. He is the key player right now for Houston.
I'm gonna stick with 1-1 tie on this.
All right. What do you think, Lobo?
I was gonna go 3-1 Houston, but I'm gonna go 2-2. 1-1 tie.
That's correct.
I know in Chicago they beat a team a couple weeks ago where they just scored everything in the last few minutes to win it. And the final goal was even past the halfway line of the field. I don't even remember what the team was, but I think they lost last week.
Yeah, against DC or Atlanta United.
They lost last week, right? Yeah, to Atlanta.
Yep, to Atlanta, and then to New England they tied, and Chicago won against Montreal.
I think
that's your game you're talking.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
nothing else from Chicago is high scoring enough.
Yeah, it was Chicago versus Montreal. There's that game. Yeah, Montreal is the only team I'd say would be decent enough that they defeated. Honestly, because they tied against New England. Cool. So,
yeah. My favorite term, idiot fight.
They also got a red card from Chicago last game. So they will have another player out. So, because he will be on suspension. I'm gonna say 2-0 Houston.
Okay.
Nice.
I think even without Hector Herrera, I still think that they will still be able to score, and win against Chicago. Again, Chicago is a pretty bad team. So,
Cool.
yeah, that is all our predictions and all our soccer news. But let me just double check my phone, make sure I don't got anything saved.
What's that picture?
Which one?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Cool, guys. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. So hold on tight. We'll be right back in 10 minutes.
See ya for the time.
everybody, and welcome back to Joker's Wildside Corner. Um, we just finished some footy, so let's go into some wrestling. Let's preview for tonight's SmackDown. You have your list over there, Jackson. There we go.
Tonight's SmackDown.
One of the
I need
novels.
to get one of the novels is correct.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Yeah, so it is really big, also, Sadler.
Yeah, it is a big WrestleMania. SmackDown should be pretty much done. We're just gonna go over what was previewed for the show. Let's start off with Randy Orton was gonna be guest in the KO show.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul did come down and some stuff happened, obviously. Selena Vega was gonna go against Elektra Lopez. LWO and Legado del Fantasma going at it here. Catch Republic was gonna go versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. This is for the 6-pack challenge tag match. That's gonna be for WrestleMania. Just a little preview.
Yeah.
Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa were gonna go at it. Another brother versus brother fight. And then the big Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Participating in this match was including Andrade, Ricochet, Chad Gable, Branson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, Amos, Apollo Crews, JD McDonough, Otis, Akira Tozawa, Ivar, Julius Creed, Brutus Creed, Cedric Alexander, Ashante Adonis, Alton Price, Kit Wilson, Cameron Grimes, Sanja, and Ver. It was a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
A lot of big people, which makes sense for Andre the Giant.
yeah, he is the big one. Next, we're just going to preview for what we have for Rampage. I don't think this is out, but the matches that were announced for the show for tonight as well was Roderick Strong versus London Lightning for the AEW International Championship. Serena Deep versus Trish Adora. Daniel Garcia versus Action Andretti versus Commander versus Bounty Hunter Brian Keith in a Fatal 4 elimination match. This might be a number 1 contenders match, but not. It didn't say there.
Yeah.
And then we had Christopher Daniels versus Malachi Black. And those are the only matches for Rampage. Anything got you excited for Rampage?
Christopher Daniels and Malachi Black.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's one of mine. The other one is the Final 4 elimination match. That one looks pretty good. That's a Final 4. It's probably just to piggyback off the March Madness thing.
Gotcha.
And then finally for tomorrow's Collision, the results are already out, but I did change it so that you couldn't see who won. Top Flight goes up against FTR in the final to see who goes to the finals of the AEW World Tag Team Tournament.
Nice. That's an exciting match right there.
Yes, it is. Pac versus Encore Moore. Then we also got Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty versus Chris Jericho and Hook.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one's pretty good. We got House of Black versus Brian Keith, Matt Sydal, Christopher Daniels. Yeah, House of Black. Let's go.
Nice. I see what happens in the after action, and
Yes,
nice.
Exactly. Some chaos.
Yeah.
Yaka Sakazaki, Jesus, what a name, versus Trish Adora. And then the final match announced, The Butcher versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Okay. A hype match.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty decent show.
Why is it blue?
I was running out of black. That's why I did it. You'll see why in the next one.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. So I forgot to reprint that one. I just saw it, but I'll go over it mostly. Now let's go to what happened in WWE Raw this week, as it was also a very good one. The Bloodline kicks off, obviously. Cody comes out, Seth comes out. More on that later. Of them a lot talking shit with me.
Oh, my nose.
Exactly. The Rock says pretty much right now wrestling is very, very cool, as everybody's loving it right now.
Oh, it very much is with everything happening. Everything's hot.
Yeah, exactly. The first match was New Day and DIY versus the Judgment Day. I think it's an 8-man tag. The Judgment Day defeats New Day and DIY. It was an okay match.
Yeah.
Then there was a promo segment between Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. The next match was Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed. I think this was set up by Gunther. Gunther did end up causing a distraction, throwing out Chad Gable and costing Sami Zayn the match.
Nice.
It went to a no contest.
Only feeding the fire of Sami Zayn to Gunther even more.
Yeah. Then there was a backstage segment with Judgment Day, El Legado and Fantasma. The next match was Maxi Dupree, Evie Neal versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Somehow Dupree and Neal end up getting a win. Hartwell and LeRae, this is I think their third straight loss. And after the match, you could see a little disappointment from LeRae, as she was kind of bothered by Hartwell losing.
I mean, yeah, on your third loss, it starts to take a toll on you. So,
I mean, they've been friends for a long time, so that's why it's kind of like, this. Okay. The next match was very good. I think they scored it a little too low here. But Ricochet versus Ivar, this was a match to showcase Ricochet. It showed his athleticism. It showed his power as he picked up the big, almost 300-pound Ivar and just tossed him.
Ivar has just been basically a staple for people showing their strength recently.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he is a big boy. There was a little bit of a vignette for Drew McIntyre for leading up to WrestleMania. There was a promo with Becky Lynch called out Rhea Ripley with Adam Pearce. So this was a backstage segment.
Gotcha. Okay, so they're really filling it up right now.
Yeah. Then there was a segment with. You all right?
No, sorry. I that was supposed to stay in my head and not come out.
when you get an audible, it definitely drops it. But I see Star Wars news, so I'm instantly excited.
It's not Star Wars news.
Well, I see some Star Wars.
No, I was seeing
Anyway.
what she plays in.
Gotcha.
Oh, my nose!
Okay. Next, we had Tegan Nox, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark versus Dakota Kai, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Damage Control pick up a win here. It was an A match. Nothing too crazy. It would have been nice to see Bayley for sure. Then we got the main event where all shit hit the fan. You're right there, Jax?
Yeah, my nose is driving me nuts.
Gotcha. The main
That wasabi in again? Nah. No, it's the allergies. We were out for sushi for my sister's birthday,
Okay.
and I had mixed wasabi in with my soy sauce, and I dipped my sushi all the way down to the bottom.
I got a lot of wasabi.
And I saw
That
it
sounds
dip
great.
down, and I lift up, and you just see the cloud of wasabi surface and then go back down, and I go, oh, and I take a bite, and
You were dying.
it hit the inside of my mouth. It went up my nose.
Mhm.
I was crying.
Yep.
And I was just like, it's so good. Full tears, everything.
Yeah.
Oh my nose.
Jesus. Well, like I was saying, the main event was Seth Rollins versus Solo Sikoa. Obviously, the Bloodline came out. The Rock came out. It was a complete clusterfuck. The Rock and Roman end up whipping The Rock. End up whipping Cody, Seth, and the referee with the weight belts. They beat the snot out of them with them like a
Oh yeah.
geez, like a pack mule.
I'm gonna switch it to you for just a second.
You're good. Moving on from that, I think that was a great show, especially the ending.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it.
It was definitely continuing from last week when they left Cody Rhodes in the bloody mess. Next, we got the NXT results leading up to Stand and Deliver. Jesus Christ, dude.
Don't get allergies; they suck.
I have seasonal allergies, so I know what that means. We had a number one contenders match for the tag team championships. The Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson versus LWO versus Frazier and Axiom. I don't know why they gave it to these guys, but okay.
Well, I can barely see what they.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that came out all funky. Well,
All I know is it's maybe a B grade.
it was a B plus grade, but I think the outcome was where they were off. Frazier and Axiom. I get what they're doing. They're building new talent.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're nearly where they need to be to win this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they're just absolutely blowing through everyone right now, and that's too much.
It's not blowing through everybody. It's just it's too soon for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Is they're just. I mean, yeah, you can have somebody that absolutely skyrockets, but to have somebody come in and then they're here and then just throw up here when everybody else is here and they've been here, and it's just like they should be on par, maybe struggle a little bit. It's very like last second messy planning.
Exactly. Definitely. The next match was Fallon Henley versus Jessie Jane. Obviously, Jessie Jane is the bigger name here, and she ends up with the big win. It was a decent match. Next was Lexi King versus Von Wagner. King won. This is his third straight win, I think.
Finally, I can read most.
Yeah, this was not a good match, to be honest with you. What I saw. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, the only thing that like this was the paper. It's giving a little smiley face.
Next we had Lola Vice versus Carmen Petrovic with Natalia. Vice won by submission. I don't know why they're having Natalia here. Maybe just to build up the women's division in the NXT, as it might be a little lackluster right now. It was a match, nothing big.
Yeah.
Then we have the segment of the NXT Women's Champion Laya Valkyrie versus Roxanne Perez.
Oh, I know you were hyped to see this.
Yes, I'm so happy she's finally getting her one-on-one title shot again. This will be tomorrow morning. So this was a pretty good little segment here for them. After that, we had Obafemi again versus showing his power, going against Joe Gacy. Sorry, Femi ended up winning by referee stoppage. That probably means he was out cold and he didn't respond.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing you were talking this up a little bit.
Yeah.
To where things were a little bit goofy on the ref side, and
yeah, I mean they're building obviously for their WrestleMania weekend pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver, but yeah, we will see what happens because also Spears came out and Dijak came out, so they're Josh Briggs also, so they're just trying to see which one of these is going to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Next we had Ariana Grace, which is the daughter of Santino Marella, if I remember correctly, versus Ren Sinclair. Grace ended up with the win in a decent match. Blair Davenport versus Sol Ruka. Ruka ended up getting the win. I don't know why. Davenport's a very, very good performer. But it was a pretty good match. And then finally was the face-to-face exchange for final words before their stand and deliver match of Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Oh, this was
Yeah.
I was excited for.
Yes, me too. This was very good. End up in a brawl. Man, this is so good. I'm so excited for this match. As also, yeah, I mean, I think this is gonna be Carmelo Hayes' last match in NXT, to be honest with you. But this will go more into my predictions in a little bit. And then finally, let's jump into AEW Dynamite. Well, we still have more news, but finally for the reviews, at least of the shows. We had, excuse me, the show started off with Will Hobbs versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay gets a big win over Powerhouse Hobbs. It was a really good match. Obviously, Ospreay, anytime he's in the ring, he does amazing shit.
Oh yeah.
Next, we got Lance Archer, versus Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is still on fire, but gets a big win in a pretty good match as well.
As I feel like he should be, man.
I mean, he is. His career's running down for sure, but he's still kicking ass at this later part of his career. Then we got Daddy Ass versus Jay White. Daddy Ass is Billy Gunn, by the way.
Okay.
Daddy, wow. Oh, okay. So the Bullet Club Gold ended up involving themselves in the match and costing Jay White the match as Daddy Ass wins by DQ in a match, mid match.
Yeah.
But with
It,
all.
it seems like it's just more. It got too chaotic for it
Mhm.
to be good.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the grade it is on here. But I like the chaos sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, the chaos can fit nice, but if you're always running chaos.
Yeah. Next, we got the Young Bucks versus the Best Friends. This was so good for the reason.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing some of the names pop up on here.
Mhm.
Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Stokely Hathaway.
Mhm. That was the interview.
Yeah.
I hate the way they set up some stuff. But anyway, the Young Bucks end up winning the Best Friends. The best part was at the end. The Best Friends are known to give like a group hug at the end of the match or at whatever match. And Orange Cassidy gets taken out by Beretta, and he just walks away. It seems like Beretta will be turning heel and is out of the Best Friends. I'm so excited for that. They've been these good guy best friends for a long, long time. So, and then finally, the main event was Thunder Rosa versus Mariah May. Thunder Rosa gets a big win. Tony Storm and Luther were also companion there outside of the ring. This was a good match. I think this is going to lead up to their next pay-per-view for Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. Overall, we had some pretty good shows, especially leading up for WWE's WrestleMania here this weekend. But let's talk about some news that we have, as we have quite a bit as well. DIY's Johnny Gargano seems to be okay after suffering a scary spot, during, I think that was Raw. So, yeah, they were scared backstage, but it seems like he's okay and he'll be good for WrestleMania. Next, we got Jason Kelce, former center of the Eagles, recently retired, is said to be in talks with WWE to come out in WrestleMania 40. So that might be one of the surprises for this WrestleMania. Any thoughts on how he might be involved, Jackson or Clay?
For Jason Kelsey?
Yes.
I hope that he is running something like how Snoop Dogg was. And he's kind of just like there is a stage companion almost.
Oh, like the host.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that he will probably be more like a host type. It makes sense. Yeah, he's gonna tackle somebody.
Probably.
I know him and Travis. They're both from Ohio. They're Ohio natives, and they really want WWE to have them both come out. Well, have WWE have them both come out to Summerfest. I know they talked about that, but honestly, I don't really know what Travis
Tackle Logan Paul.
What Jason could do
Um,
at WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
I think that the best thing that he could do would probably be announcer. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. I like host or maybe get involved very quickly with something and then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go into. So this is the first time we've heard this, especially from AEW. They are usually known to let their superstars. Whoops, wrong one. Their superstars run their contract out. So this is the first time they've had a multi-star release, including in this release is Stu Grayson, Dasha Corette, who was a backstage announcer, Anthony Henry, Dalton Castle Boys, which is probably the paparazzi that came out with Dalton Castle, Slim J, Gravity, Jose the assistant, Parker Bordeaux, and Jara Joe. There'll probably be more coming up here if they're gonna start doing mass releases like this. Sucks, but kind of with the company, sometimes they gotta do a mass cleanup. Next, we have Charlotte Flair gives an update on her injury. She said she's about 13 weeks or so out from full recovery and coming back to the ring.
Get feeling better, Charlotte.
Yes, definitely.
Take care of your body.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what you want to take care of for your longevity for sure. This was announced today in Pat McAfee's show, ahead of WrestleMania 40 and today's SmackDown. Cody Rhodes' bus caught fire last night.
Oh man.
Yeah, he had to jump out of there, grab obviously a few things, but it did not get bad. They were able to get it under control fast. So glad to hear
just
that.
randomly caught fire, or
not sure. They did not go into details. They just said there was a small fire.
and before Cody's actually doing meth. I'm kidding.
what was that a show? Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad. Cody? No, I doubt it.
he's making meth in this trip.
I doubt it.
That'd be insane.
This is us just talking shit. This is not,
Yeah.
nothing real. Also in today's what was we WWE World, AJ Styles and LA Knight were having fan meet and greets when LA Knight went up to AJ Styles' booth and started a brawl. This was very good. It makes their match in WrestleMania at least build up a little more, as they've been brawling all over AJ's house, in buildings where they've been wrestling, and now in fan meet and greets. This is very good build up for their match. At least gives it a little more excitement. Any thoughts on that, Jackson? Yeah, that's the match that we both talked about. We're like, we're not sure about it, but
Yeah.
at least it gives me a little more excitement for me. Speaking of AJ Styles, in an interview today as well, he hinted on his retirement again, as he says he doesn't have much more longer to wrestle.
That really influences my pick.
Yeah, and the reason I know that he's been in the business since the late 90s. I know you guys are not so aware of it, but this was back in the day when he was in WCW for the end part of that company. Then he went to TNA for a lot of his career. Then he went to Japan. And then finally, after like 15 years of all over the world, came to WWE. So I see this, why it's happening. It's more than 20, almost 30 years in the ring. So if this is his last hurrah, it's been a great career for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then this was announced a few weeks ago, but I wasn't sure when it was going to come out. Before this Sunday's WrestleMania, the Slammy Awards are returning for WWE. They're pretty much awarding the best wrestlers and all that, the best
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Basically, what we did at the end of
the year.
2023.
Exactly, definitely. But on that, there is not much more news.
We were able to catch a little bit of the Paul Heyman clip of
His
him being
induction.
inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Very wholesome for the clip that we saw.
definitely. Also inducted in today's Hall of Fame, as we said, Paul Heyman. RVD was there, which was fucking amazing. It was great to see him. Bull Nakano, she looks very different from what she was. The tag team of UX Express, Muhammad Ali, Liam Maivia, who was the first female promoter in professional wrestling, and then Thunderbolt Patterson. Congratulations to all of them for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, let's go into our WrestleMania 40 card. Remember, guys, to join us Saturday and Sunday here, coming up in the 6th, the 7th.
Oh, I'm about to sneeze.
Let it out.
Just give me a second.
No, I'll go closer to me. But remember to join us tomorrow, April 6th, and Sunday, April 7th. Probably around 4-ish, right, guys? That's what we're thinking?
Yeah, 4:30.
4:30, depending on the show. To do a watch along as we live stream us watching WrestleMania 40. If you want to know what our card order was, go back, watch the video we released Wednesday, correct? For our card orders.
It ended up coming out on Thursday.
So yesterday? Okay, so we released it yesterday on YouTube on Joker's Wild Side. But today we're going to give you our predictions.
Did Iowa beat UConn?
Yeah,
Yep.
Iowa beat UConn.
Nice.
Hell
They're going
Yeah.
back to back to the finals.
yeah, let's go.
Oh.
I hope they lose.
We're going to give you our picks of our winners and any storylines we see going with that before we jump into entertainment. So,
I'd say let's just run down the list how we have it.
all right. I'll go first. Obviously, for the main event on night one, I think The Rock and Roman are going to win Cody and Seth, making the Bloodline rules in night two.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
Yeah, I have it. I think it's going to be a smack out. I think there's going to be a lot of smack talk. I think there's going to be a lot of build up to the match, with them talking in the ring, a lot of heated activities.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bloodline.
Bloodline
Yep.
rules.
Yeah,
That's
hell
just
yeah.
what I put. I don't want to write Rock Roman. It's real
I'm just underlining at this point.
I already underlined mine. The next match, I have Rhea Ripley retaining against the man Becky Lynch.
Yep. Don't see it going any other way.
Me neither. Although Becky Lynch is still a tough competitor, so I will never count her out. But
It is going to be a very close match, and I almost feel, and I don't want to see this, but I almost feel like it will happen. Is we're going to have Judgment Day interference.
it shouldn't, not for this one.
Yeah, but
I don't think they would do that to Rhea
I hope that they
WrestleMania.
don't.
because that can cost her, can it?
Yeah. No.
Depends if they catch it.
Even if it's a disqualification, a title cannot change hands if it's disqualification.
Yeah, so I can definitely also see Dom sitting sidelines for this.
That one for sure.
Yeah.
That one I can see for sure.
At bare minimum, he's going to be sitting sidelines, and maybe he might grab a leg and do a little pull and
Get
loop
down,
and
get
pull.
down tonight.
Yeah.
There we go.
Um,
So we all got mommy here.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It doesn't. This one's the one I think we're gonna have issues with. The Intercontinental Champion Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I have Gunther retaining, and it's not that. Like I said before, I don't see Sami Zayn winning it. I want Gunther to win because I don't see Sami Zayn being able to beat him. But the way they're building it, it looks like Sami Zayn's gonna win.
See, and that's where I'm like, I'm in a cross right now, right? Because I want Gunter to retain. It looks like Sami Zayn will win it. It doesn't make sense why Sami Zayn would win it. It makes sense why Gunter would hold it. Clay and I talked on the car ride here that I can see where they would also hold Gunter to have several different titles at one time and be a multi-title holder.
I see that. That's
So I really want Gunter to win, and that's who I'm going to make as my pick. And I feel like he can be a multi-title winner. And if Sami Zayn does win, where he will go is, I don't know. Because this is him being back after injuries.
yes.
And I haven't really seen Sami Zayn do anything.
Or do enough.
Yeah, or do enough. Yeah, the most that I saw Sami Zayn is he was a part of the Bloodline, then he turned on the Bloodline, and whoop-de-doo, next thing you know, he got injured late July, and then he was out.
Yeah. How about you, Clay? Who you got here?
Gunther.
Gunther. That's right. Now this one also is one that we might butt heads. So this one we're gonna go into a little bit of the predictions because we talked about this here.
Yeah.
Jimmy versus Jay, brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso, blood versus like however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The many ways. So I'm gonna give my pick and my prediction here. Jay Uso to beat Jimmy Uso. We did see in a few interviews that Jay said that he wants them to get back together. I'll be cool. We'll squash it. We'll leave it in the ring. With that, I have a feeling that when Jay wins, the bloodline will turn on Jimmy. Jay will come save Jimmy, and there will be a rekindling or, kind of like hug it out, move on, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or rejoin. What are your thoughts, Jax?
I have it going a few different ways, but my most favorite right now is Jimmy Jay have their match. Jay wins the match, and they shake hands, they love each other, and then Jimmy is going to be at, and this is jumping all the way to Roman Cody match. Jimmy will be sitting on the sidelines of Roman's match, and Jay will come out. A little bit of beef will happen, probably Solo fighting on the outside with Jay. Jimmy has conflicting issues, and then Jimmy joins Jay in fighting Solo, and then also influencing how the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes fight will end up being. And then I have a lot farther predictions, which I will get into seeing how WrestleMania goes.
All right. How about you, Clay? Any thoughts on that match?
Well, I originally had Jimmy winning, but then I saw some things and I changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Jay's gonna win,
There we go.
and then it's gonna be the end of the reign of the bloodline.
Agreed.
That's kind of what we're all leaning towards.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for what, 2 months now, 3 months now, that Bloodline's gonna fall.
Yeah, since the Rumble.
And my basically prediction for 2024 was basically all the groups that we know that are like this are going to be like this by the end of the year. And that's just my personal opinion.
That's including Judgment Day, by the way.
Yeah, that's including Judgment Day, and definitely when we get to the next match, I'm going to be getting into more about Judgment Day.
Well, speaking of that, you started off, so let's go into the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. This match will be crazy, chaotic, and brutal, which I love. The champions, Judgment Day, will be going up against Awesome Truth, R-Truth, and The Miz. DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. And A-Town, Down Under, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. This could go in many different ways. This one's, I'm having a lot of trouble. So I'm going to give you what I want to happen and what I think is going to happen. Just because what the possibility. I want DIY to win.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm a big fan of them. They were in the independence. Their work ethic. They are amazing, amazing workers in the ring and storytellers. But the truth is, pun intended, Awesome Truth is most likely going to win.
Yeah.
With the dynamic they had with Judgment Day and R-Truth here, I think that's what's going to happen. What do you guys think?
So I have a hard time even picking a team of what makes sense to go forward, but the team that I do want to go forward is the one that you expect to go forward is the Awesome Truth. Yeah. What about you, Clay?
I only know Awesome Truth because I only know R-Truth. So
I guess you're going with that one.
I'm going R-Truth and Johnny Cage. They're both gonna fight and win.
Never was confirmed, but I know. And the Miz, I got you.
Well, the Miz, the way he looks like Johnny Cage.
He wanted to play Johnny Cage on the live action.
Oh,
by the way.
really?
Yeah, he does badly.
The way
Alright.
he looks with his outfit, he looks like Johnny Cage.
Yes, definitely.
I'll probably be calling him Johnny Cage.
Hey,
So
look, there's Johnny Cage. I haven't heard Johnny Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. But trust me, I don't think Miz will get offended for that. I think he'll love it. Moving on to the next match, we have.
Well, I wanted to break down what was going to happen with Judgment Day.
Oh,
during
go
this.
for it. Go for it. Give
So-
you a close up.
This is what I'm thinking that's going to happen with Judgment Day in this. I mean, I don't understand why they would continue holding on these tag title matches, and I feel like this will start to kind of break this seal for what the Judgment Day will be to start breaking apart.
There we go.
And this is just going to like sow cracks. I don't think that it's going to shatter Judgment Day as much as Bloodline is going to shatter during WrestleMania 40. So it's just going to start giving some like questions because you have Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Those guys are basically the two top officials, the president and co-president of Judgment Day, are going to be defending these titles. And if they lose it, then Rhea Ripley's going to be like, what the guys? And it's going to start devolving more and more and lead, not necessarily the Judgment Day dissolving, but people leaving, new people coming in.
Okay. Like I said, most of the teams that are going on now will probably be changed by the end of the year for sure.
Yeah.
The next match, like I was saying, if I was rudely interrupted for his interruption.
Yeah.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah. What about it? You know what? I'm going to switch it just to me.
Anyways, the next match is stop it. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. The titles are not on the line because this is a 6-women tag match. This match, so I'm kind of like indifferent on this.
I have
Yeah, go ahead.
I have Damage Control just on the pure fact of they lost their last match.
Okay.
That is the only reason. This match does not matter to me. I dislike Bianca Belair so much. I love Naomi, and Jade Cargill is kind of like a ghost for me.
She's brand new. So this is why I'm choosing Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill to win. Jade Cargill just came in. She can't come in to lose. But I want Damage Control to win. Obviously, I'm a bigger fan of them.
Yeah.
Come on, Kyrie Sane. Nah. But regardless, I do think Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill will win. How about you, Clay?
Just going off the TikTok I saw, he said that Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade should be an ass whooping to Damage Control. So I'm going with Bianca Belair and
Damn it.
the other two.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely I see, like, in terms of skill and ability, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill have so much more over Damage Control.
Oh, easy now.
It should be
No, they
kind of
do
like
not. They have the strength.
They have the
I
strength,
give them
yes.
100% that. But the skill, I think Damage Control has a million times more. Although Bianca Belair...
They are
very,
more
very-
technical, yes. But yeah, I was more meaning strength, and I just chose bad words.
Skill. Yeah. They're easy there, Cowboy.
Strength and skill are two different things.
Yeah. The next match is Rey Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio.
I know what I want.
This one's also one that's like, I want Rey and Dragon Lee to win, but I have a feeling last year Dom lost at Mania. I have a feeling they're gonna give him the win this one.
That's what I'm on the side of too.
Yeah. How about you, playing Jack?
I'm going first. Fuck you.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I'm gonna be
Just
the
hop
asshole.
in.
Jump in there, man.
You know what? It's on me.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think it's gonna be Dirty Dom.
I think so.
I think he's deserves it after listening to some podcasts with Logan Paul's podcast with Rey Mysterio. They were talking and whatnot, and it's just with all the stuff that's Dirty Dom has had to do to get where he's at now, where he can't even talk on the microphone because of just getting booed and whatnot.
Love it.
Pulling this giant heel, is that with this win, he needs to win. Rey Mysterio doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
agreed.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even as Lobo was saying, Dom lost his last WrestleMania, and it would be very beneficial for Dom and his mental state to win over his dad. Because Rey has just been bullying him. Last time we saw him coming into WrestleMania, he came in a police cart. Granted, he was the one that instigated stuff during Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that other stuff. But Rey has always beaten down Dom. And I think it's time for the young to beat the old.
Yeah. Well, I know there's two other people, but this fight it's about Rey, Dom.
Pretty much.
And I think it's Dom is not only necessarily deserves it in a way, but he's going to win. But again, like I said, Rey doesn't need this. Dom does.
And shoot, we even talked about Rey Mysterio possibly retiring.
Oh, he's
6 months ago.
Yeah, he's on his last year or so for sure.
See,
So
this could be his gift, giving his son the win, but retiring. So it's a win-win. He sees the son win, but then he gets to retire in a good way type thing.
And
so.
this is where we can also start to see the flip that we talked about.
Talk about Dom?
Yeah, Dom's flip.
Agreed.
I think we talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah, a few. I think around the Rumble.
Yeah, around the Rumble of Rey giving it up, handing it off to Dom, and Dom basically having an internal struggle with himself, essentially. I think this is going to be a very emotional match for Dominic and Ray.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Anyways, moving on to the next match is the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes. With if we all chose the same as the Bloodline winning night two, will be Bloodline rules. That means there are no fucking rules.
Mm-hmm.
This match I only see one way and one way going. Cody winning and becoming the new champion with Bloodline betrayals. The Rock betraying Roman, possibly Jimmy as well, and Solo standing there alone holding his hand like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep.
Also Roman Reigns obviously holding his shit.
Yeah, I think Cody's going to take this. I think Roman's just going to get absolutely bashed. He's going to do good. I don't think Roman's going to throw the fight. He's
No.
going to hold his own. I think it's going to be like a 3v1 at one point with Roman holding his own. But in the end, Cody takes the W.
How about you, Clay?
No, yeah, like the thing I showed you, the interview that The Rock did, that was more not character type, interview, but it was more open communication with how he was talking about Cody, whatnot. But other than that, I thought Cody was gonna win anyways. But with The Rock saying that type of stuff and whatnot on the promo, I also showed you guys as well that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that's also more nailing the coffin on Cody winning.
Yeah.
It's his story, but it's more not his story. I'd say it's more his dad's story. He's finishing his dad's story on getting the belt. It's in his name, of course, in Cody's name, but
Mhm.
the Rhodes will finally get their belt.
Yeah, definitely. Next match we have is the WWE, the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. This is gonna be a freaking great match. They had a little bit of a kickoff WrestleMania show here at earlier today, and it leaned me 100%. Drew McIntyre is gonna win here. I have no doubt in my mind. I think Seth Rollins is gonna go away and heal his injuries as he's been a workhorse all year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Seth Rollins has just been an absolute beast. He got severely injured, and he's basically been putting everything that he can into getting better specifically for this match. We do have information that his contract is still running, and with the information of the show that John Cena is running, we learned that, or at least I learned, that Seth Rollins is also a trainer out in not Philadelphia, Orlando, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where his contract is going to keep him, is staying inside Orlando. Also, as Seth has been dubbed the Construct.
The architect.
Architect.
Yep.
Yes. So I see this Drew all the way. Seth needs to also take care of his body.
Agreed.
Yeah. I already knew Drew was gonna win, but after hearing from another video, it's just more nailing the coffin. Just Seth's gonna come from a fight against The Rock and Roman Reigns. It's like he's gonna get beaten the shit out of, and then he's gonna go and fight Drew. Like,
Oh, what the?
I don't
fuck?
think he's going to win.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, he's just gonna be beaten battered.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's going to come out of a fight already with The Rock and Roman.
Polynesians do not go easy.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
I don't even want to put this out into the world, so I'm not even going to say it. So that's all I have to say on the match.
Gotcha. The next match, we have the WWE Women's Champion Io Sky versus the Women's Royal Rumble winner Bayley. As much as I want to see Io Sky win, I think this is the comeback of Bailey here, as she's been out of the main spotlight as women title champion for a few years. So I think she's done such a great job by herself and bringing up Damage Control. This is gonna be her pay forward pretty much for her as she wins this match.
I don't have any more to add on to that. I think Bailey as well.
How about you? How about you, Clay?
Again, I don't know who any of these two are, but just going off a video, they said that Bailey should win because she deserves her flowers.
That's pretty much
So
it. Yeah.
that's all I'm going for is that. So
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, Io, she's had her moments. She's had her spotlight. Time to get on.
Yeah, definitely. Next match is the triple threat match for the United States champion. I know you guys are excited for this. Logan Paul goes up against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Look, I have a feeling that Logan's gonna retain, but I want Randy Orton to win. Simple.
I'm in agreement. I want Randy Orton to win. Logan Paul is going to win. And maybe we can eventually get a tag team, the O Brothers.
The old brothers.
Yeah, Randy
Okay.
Orton, Kevin Owens, the O
Oh
Brothers.
Jesus Christ! Terrible. Anyways,
New tag team ladder match with them two.
yeah,
The O Brothers.
The O Brothers.
No, I'm a big Randy fan. I love Randy. But I do think Logan's gonna win.
Mhm.
And also from the same video, it's just kind of more nailing the coffin. It's just he's saying that he thinks Logan's definitely gonna win, and he's also since he's also going to Summerfest, that it's just more solidifying that he's going to win because he's be going to Summerfest as a champion, but also in his hometown. And so it's just more, it's like a good story ender right there. Plus, he's new, upcoming, hardworking, very athletic, and just coming into the show.
Yeah.
Randy doesn't necessarily need it.
No, he doesn't.
No,
So-
and this is the argument that I've had for a while. Since Randy came in, where does Randy go?
Exactly.
It's just more entertainment and pulling guys.
Yeah.
Randy is Randy. He's the RKO. It's 3 letters. Everyone knows, even though they don't even watch wrestling. Like me, I always say RKO out of nowhere
All the time.
Yeah.
All the
the
time.
time. I say
We're
it all
playing
the time.
games and just RKO at him.
I say it all the time, and I never watched wrestling, but I know who Randy is. But it's just everyone knows it.
Yes.
And one of the things that you sold me on this as well with Logan going to Summer. Kevin Owens and Logan have definitely been duking it out for a while now. And I think it makes sense for Kevin to beat down Logan, but I don't think this is the moment.
Not right now. I think this is where he gets his Logan wins, continues his heel. Kevin becomes now like the new good guy, right? Where people feel bad for him, and then he starts to get good, and then he gets his revenge at Logan, for the American title or whatever, or any other title that he gets later on. And just got to get his revenge later. This will be more building up Kevin after this.
Okay. Well, and our next match we have LA Knight, versus AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. This one, like I said before, and I'll say it again, especially with the news that came out that AJ Styles is eyeing his retirement.
It solidified it for me.
Yes, and like I said, LA Knight has been a little bit on a slope here recently. He needs a win and a big win, and this is a way to do it. Beating a established superstar like AJ Styles, get his name back up there, get his prominence back up there, and shoot him up the ladder again.
Yeah. At first, I kind of had AJ Styles a little bit. I was more on the LA Knight side to begin with, but I could see where they could have pushed AJ Styles. But now with AJ Styles coming out and saying that retirement is very likely, I got LA Knight day in, day out.
Yeah, it's like what you said on Monday, or no, not it was a Monday, Lobo.
For
You explained about why you think LA Knight was gonna win. AJ
oh
Styles, not
yes,
yeah, was
yeah,
that
it was
Monday?
Monday.
Yeah. After what you told me Monday,
Mhm.
definitely LA Knight. I already said LA Knight before, just because I knew him because of Elimination Chamber,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know AJ Styles, so that's why I chose him. But you more solidified it, saying that LA Knight needs it more than AJ Styles. AJ Styles doesn't. But with you coming out today saying that he's looking at retiring, like, really likely, that it just more solidifies the coffin of LA Knight winning.
Agreed. Very much agreed. Seems like we're all on that one. And then the final match announced so far, it's Bobby Lashley and the Profits versus the Final Testament in a Philly street fight. Um, this one, it could go either way, as I'm not sure which one they're trying to get behind because it's been flip floppy with both of them, both of these teams. But I'm gonna choose the Final Testament to get a win, as I feel like they need a little bit of a push here. How about you guys?
So I was thinking along the lines with you that the Final Testament hasn't been really doing much, and I feel like they can be definitely like the big team to go against Judgment Day. So I was leaning towards them, but after I just looked at the Author of Pain for long enough, I had to go with Authors of Pain to win this match.
Gotcha.
Is there three different teams fighting?
No,
Yeah.
it's two teams, 6 people in total, 3-3.
Oh well, then I only see I see two people for.
No, so it's Bobby Lashley
Oh,
and the
Bobby.
Street
Okay,
Profits
Bobby is
versus
the one guy. Okay,
Oh,
I
gotcha.
get what you mean.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't see that right either. So, yeah, I have the Final Testament and Authors of Pain together.
Mhm.
So,
How about you, Clay?
I don't know who any of them are, so I'm going off a names, I guess. So, well, Bobby and the Street Profits,
Okay.
just based off the name.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. Well, those are our picks for the WrestleMania match. Remember to join us tomorrow, Saturday, April 6th, and April 7th on Sunday, around 4:30, depending on the card when it goes. Let us know in the comments what you think of these matches, who you think is going to win, and if you agree with us on any predictions. Before we move on to the rest of entertainment, I got one more prediction here. Well, two actually. One being an AEW prediction that AEW this Dynamite that just passed that I forgot to mention. Swerve and Samoa Joe had a face-off and a contract signing. Very aggressive, very good, very fucking good. Swerve was left on the puddle of his own blood and signed a contract with that blood.
oh, that's
Fucking
awesome.
great.
That's
Great.
awesome.
Great visual. Sorry. So I'm excited for this. I think this is puts him over the top, as I think Swerve will defeat Joe for the AEW World Title. I think it's his time. And then the other thing is usually during WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania, there's a lot of surprises. Like a lot of people get called up, Hall of Famers come up to show up, right? This year, I think Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, John Cena, Undertaker, and maybe a very big maybe on this last one, Brock Lesnar, will appear on WrestleMania. Possibly on WrestleMania, also maybe Tiffany. WrestleMania or Raw, I have Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes coming up to Raw. I know Braun is on SmackDown already. I think he deserves to be in Raw. Personally, but I may be wrong.
I think he deserves to be in Raw.
Yeah. But anyways, those are my predictions coming up here for WrestleMania surprises. I also may see who's Logan Paul's partner? The rapper
KSI.
KSI. I think
KSI.
KSI will make an appearance in WrestleMania.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he'll be there.
Yeah.
He better be there.
I don't see why he would not be there for the biggest wrestle thing.
He was there last year, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I love KSI.
Yeah.
KSI's great. I liked seeing him get slammed through the table.
Oh, yeah, that was
His
good.
music's good, but I love him as content creator and whatnot.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm following them for years.
If I see his content, I've
The
watched
entire
it.
group.
Yeah.
Sadler,
Every Sunday.
I'm not a biggest fan of Hulk Hogan, mostly for his racial slurs on the fact that he's a selfish bastard, but and this is just on the business side of wrestling, what I've known. Um, who cares? Oh yeah, he raps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know. Jesus, that's how I found out. I didn't know he was a content creator. I just knew he
Yeah.
was a rapper.
He started as a YouTuber.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
know, he was super shy and all that, and didn't like, and it's super bad social anxiety. And the reason why he's got so good is because he started YouTube, so he forced himself to
be uncomfortable.
to where he is now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, those are our predictions. Those are our picks for WrestleMania. Remember to join us tomorrow, again, Saturday and Sunday, April 6th and 7th, around 4:30. We'll get the live stream going.
Yes, sir.
But now, let's jump into entertainment, guys. The floor is yours.
Cool. I got some entertainment.
Hit me with that entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Entertainment that I found. We'll go over this one first that I am super excited for.
Yeah?
Tron Ares has a release date.
I had that wrote down.
With cast.
Oh, with cast too. Nice.
Yeah. I think mine's better. I also get a picture.
I got the release date. Can you show the picture up there?
It's really cool. See, look at that picture.
Look at the picture.
Look at that picture. Tron Ares will release on October 10th, 2025 in theaters. Starring Jared Leto, Evan Peters, Greta Lee, Jodie Turner-Smith, Gillian Anderson, and Cameron Monaghan.
Nice. I'm actually a very big Jared Leto fan.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
All right. Other news that I have on here, so I can just get it off my phone.
Yeah.
According to Production Weekly, Marvel Studios' live-action X-Men film is scheduled to begin production in Q4 2025.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I like a good X-Men movie.
This is a double for the same news. James Gunn confirms they've shot roughly 18% of Superman, and he says, "I'm almost ready to show it to you, even though we're only 80% or so through it."
So James Gunn's doing it. I didn't know James Gunn was doing
We
it.
talked about it.
I don't remember.
We talked about it because they name changed it.
I don't
to
remember.
just Superman, because it used to be called
Yeah,
Superman Legacy.
I guess I just never heard James Gunn or maybe I've had the same reaction of every single time I've heard James Gunn. I really enjoy him as a director.
Probably. But other news to that, Superman will also...
Looks like Kanye's logo.
Yeah. Yeah, Superman will also introduce a more scientific version of Lex. His scientific creation, Ultraman, will be one of the villains.
Nice.
The Fortress of Solitude will be reintroduced, and Ultraman will be portrayed by David Cornsweet.
Cornsweet, yeah.
Whatever you pronounce it.
I've heard it both ways, so I think you're safe.
I don't know who he is, but that was what I found when you guys.
What was his first name again?
David.
Swear.
If you scroll down a little bit more, it'll show more movies that he's been in.
Earl on his own city. I've read his name other places, but I don't remember.
I've never heard of him, but yeah.
Ooh, I got some news. Not entertainment, going back into some wrestling.
Go for it.
This just broke a few minutes ago. Two things. One, there's a new ROH champion, as Eddie Kingston was defeated by Mark Briscoe, finally becoming a world champion with his at the same level that his deceased brother just was as well, an RH champion. Congratulations to him. And then in the Hall of Fame induction of the U.S. Express, who are his father and uncle of Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
There was a good a little homage by the fans and Bo with the phones and the darkness.
Yeah.
So a little homage to Bray Wyatt. I just had to call that out real quick.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if either you, Clay, or you, Lobo, can answer Sadler's question better. I have no idea how to answer it.
Okay. Do any of you know why The Rock has a no-lose contract for? Probably because the movies are more expensive to make. But I don't think the no-lose contract is just the big name that he is. I think that's really all it is. But that's why they're not putting him in a title match right now.
Yeah.
So they're trying to build him, but if he has that in his contract, is one, so he doesn't lose that star power that he actually has, because the ratings and the money has been crazy since he's been back.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, to keep that strength of his name, especially in WWE, looking good right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see him necessarily losing to anything, anyways.
Yeah. Me neither.
Not yet, at least.
Like I said, I don't think he's losing Saturday for sure.
No, he'll be a part of the team that does lose, but he won't lose.
No. Saturday, they're winning.
What I was just meaning.
Wait, he means that he's bloodline.
Yeah, bloodline.
Not the bloodline.
Remember what I said? He's turning on.
But
If
he
he
is a
loses.
part of the bloodline. But
For now.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, go ahead, continue, guys. Sorry, I just had to get that in.
Cool. All right. You want to do the board first, and then what you have?
Yeah. Let's hit the board.
Okay.
And I do have a little note about the writer.
Okay. Cool. So, looks like we'll also be getting a new Matrix movie.
Hell yeah.
And it looks like one of the main writers, Drew Goddard. He's known for Daredevil, The Martian, World War Z, and Lost Missing Pieces. So,
Well, I know 3 of those.
yeah.
I've seen 2 of them.
I haven't seen anything from Lost. Everything else I know well, and
Never
I
seen
enjoy most of them.
I've never seen Matrix, so I've not seen all 3. So,
There's 4 now.
well, this will be 4.
Yeah.
No,
No,
there's
this
an
will be
animated
5.
one. Yeah, there's an animated one.
Oh, that doesn't count. This is live action.
No, there's.
I'm just joking.
I'm pretty sure that there's 3 movies, and then they did Matrix, the 4th one, Immortal, or something like that, and then this is the 5th.
I don't know.
Either
seen
way, my personal opinion: watch the first Matrix. The rest of them are hot garbage.
Mhm.
Personal opinion.
Yep. The one thing I'm excited for, because I really liked the first take that they did on this. Star Wars Tales of the Empire will be coming out May 4th on Star Wars Day, which I'm excited for, because I loved the Tales of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good. It was really good.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm excited for what they're going to do for the Empire,
Yeah.
because they can't really do much Sith-wise, because all they have is Darth and Palpatine, and then of course some Inquisitors. But like, how early are they gonna go? And with the Empire, because the Empire only lasts like this long.
Yeah.
The Tale of the Jedi last forever. Empire is just this. So
Yeah.
I'm curious what they're gonna do, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. That's fair. Huh?
Sorry, one of my predictions already came through on who would show up for WrestleMania weekend. Undertaker introduced Muhammad Ali to the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Anyways.
All right, and then Mortal Kombat 2 has just finished filming, so we'll be getting maybe a trailer sometime soon this year, and then hopefully a release date soon for maybe either end of this year or early next year.
Hell yeah.
If I think it's gonna be early next year, I think it's maybe gonna be a March type of movie
Yeah, I can see it being an early spring
or
movie.
February.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat of this new series.
Never seen it.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's good. I have it.
I
It's
heard
pretty
mixed-
gory.
I heard mixed reviews. I don't care about gore.
No, that's why I was trying to sell it to you. There's quite a
Oh.
bit of gore. I thought it was great. I've seen other Mortal Kombat movies, and this one just blows out all the other Mortal Kombat's for me.
Ooh, those are some fighting words for some
It
people.
is some fighting
Not
words.
for me, but I'm just saying.
But
I just heard mixed reviews about it. It was all.
visually, to me, it's stunning, and
Oh,
what
the visuals
sells
look
me
great.
is visuals. And it is difficult for me to look back and be like, well, yeah, I mean, but they were. It's difficult for me to put myself in the shoes of 1986.
Yeah.
How was that all set up?
Yeah.
How did they get away with doing what they did? How does it
Yeah.
compare to today?
Yeah, for
And-
me, I don't know a ton about movies, but for me, it's not always about what visuals. I love visuals, but I love a good story and the music soundtrack. soundtracks can sell a movie.
Oh yeah.
And so, but definitely visuals is a big thing as well. But yeah, I love if it has a good story, good soundtrack.
Hmm.
I don't really care about visuals.
Yeah, and with the older Mortal Kombat movies, they are still visually appealing for being their era as
Oh
well.
yeah,
But the biggest thing for me is it just I wasn't a big Mortal Kombat fan, so watching those movies, I was like, But looking at this most recent set of Mortal Kombat movies, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna carry the story good, and yeah, still be visually stunning as well.
yeah. And then another thing that I found as well that we'll be getting soon. It's video game news. That I know I'm super excited for. As Star Wars Outlaws is an open world Star Wars game where you play as a female bounty hunter, during the Empire times.
Mm.
I believe it's like at the height of the Empire, is the time period. And so we'll be getting a story trailer world premiere Tuesday, April 9th. So this coming Tuesday.
Nice.
I'm super excited for this game. It looks amazing. It looks really good. From the little teaser trailer they released, because they really showed the flying mechanics of you going from ground to space and then flying around space, and it looks very fluid and non-complicated.
So the only thing that I've seen on this was just the original concept design and the title name when it first came out a year and a half ago. And ever since, I've been behind Star Wars Outlaws, chomping at the bit, waiting for the next bit of news.
Yeah, but it looks really good. I'm super excited.
We could actually do a reaction to the trailer when it comes out on Tuesday. So that'd be good to watch because you guys are selling me on it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is more for the story, so I'm not sure exactly what they're going to be doing, but we can definitely react to it.
In terms of MMO or open world, I'm not at liberty to say.
Open world. I've not heard of it being multiplayer at all. So think of it kind of like Fallout, Skyrim, Starfield type thing. It's like open world, single player.
All right, I'm still
from what I've
very
heard.
much down for that.
But it is also multi-planet space travel type thing. So you can go to a bunch of different planets. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how many, but I believe you can go to Tatooine, I think Coruscant, and some other big planets. I know Tatooine's definitely one of them, just because it's
5 planets.
Yeah, 5 planets.
Uh,
So it's Tatooine originally ones like Tashara, Cantonica. That doesn't show.
There's probably more if I went into this, but
That talks about Cantonica.
Kashyyyk,
Oh, Kashyyyk.
Jeddah,
Oh yeah, Jeddah's one of them. Yeah. Why are they
and then new planets like Kobo and Zepho.
Are they bringing Kashyyyk? What the fuck are you gonna do with Kashyyyk? It's the Empire. They slaved all the fucking Wookiees. What's the point of going to Kashyyyk?
Oh, they're just talking about like in Fallen Order.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Fallen Order, yeah, in Survivor, you were able to go to Zepho, Kobo, and Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk was in the
Okay, so right here,
first one.
Kijimi,
Oh, yeah, Kashyyyk.
Advika, Toshara, Cantonica, and
I know Tatooine's one.
yeah. So I think that'll be your 5 planets
Tatooine's up there.
somewhere.
Yeah,
wherever I
it says
trust you.
including Star Wars staples like Tatooine, some
Okay.
lesser known locals like Kijimi and Avika. Kijimi was the one in the Rise of Skywalker where they meet the little rat looking thing that helps technically fix C-3PO, put the Sith
Okay,
crystal.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kajimi.
Gotcha. All right, yeah.
I'm such a nerd. I'm Star Wars.
It's all good.
That's okay. That's what we need.
That's why we have a lightsaber in front of us.
I could bring mine.
Not to mention,
Both of them.
fucking got Darth Maul up there. And up there. And Darth Vader up
And you
there.
barely get it cut out if we went to the wide.
If we want to talk Star
Right
Wars
there.
news, the Lego's releasing some. Well, I guess it's leaked some Lego news that we're getting a new UCS, which is the Ultimate Collector's Edition, for Lego, and it's gonna be a TIE Interceptor.
Cool.
Dude, it looks so fucking good. They also have a Droideka, like those little clone helmets, but they're doing a Droideka. I'm super excited, and
Okay.
that
Yeah.
one, that one down there,
Yeah.
it's gonna look like that,
Yeah, similar, yeah.
but bigger.
Yeah.
So
I better get a full like Darth Vader model on the inside.
no, he had TIE Advance,
Oh, okay.
which looks different
How much money?
because the from what it is leaked, the UCS should be $250. The Droideka should be $60.
Yeah, this gives me.
Because it's not released yet. Lego has
Yeah.
not released it yet. This is leaked stuff that I
What
had
you mean
TikToks.
right here?
That's not it. That's
Just some
but-
Amazon garbage.
no, the Darth Vader's TIE Advance TIE Fighter. The wings, they don't have a gap. It's just one big
Gotcha.
flat thing that's round.
All right. Well, other than that, for Star Wars, I know I'm excited for Outlaws. Solo or
me
not.
too.
Do we know price release point?
No,
Okay.
no, just expect it
Well,
to be $60.
Yeah, we'll probably get more price release on the April 9th drop.
Yeah, if I remember right, this is being made by Ubisoft. So
Oh, so we're gonna have to buy it just to get the start menu.
no,
Jesus
it's not made by
Christ.
that Ubisoft. There's different Ubisoft. I believe they're maybe made by like a different branch of Ubisoft.
Looking for platform.
Massive Entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
And more. Wait, and Ubisoft
And-
Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ubisoft Paris has put out some good stuff.
Look up Ubisoft Paris and what they've published because I'm curious. But other news on the board, Dune 3 is being written right now. So
Big hype.
we probably won't be getting that movie for a few years.
Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's the second one is about to release, right? Correct, Jackson?
The second one's already out.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's already out.
I haven't even fucked. Oh, that's right. You guys were talking about it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one, so I don't give a fuck about it. Just personally, it didn't seem like I would like it.
I don't know how to Google this.
Yeah, Dune 1 came out in 2021, so it took at least 3 years for Dune Part 2 to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So expect 3 years at least. So
You have more news, Jax?
Oh yeah, I have quite a bit of
here's
news.
a few news.
So sticking on the Star Wars, we have Beau Willimon. He has been a writer in House of Cards, Andor, and the Ides of March. He will be co-writing with James Mangold for a Star Wars show. The working title right now is Dawn of the Jedi.
And this will be a movie.
Yes.
Nice.
So
This could I don't never mind. I had a thing, but it's not a thing. It's actually gonna thing.
okay.
Yes. And it's gonna be 25,000 years.
Before any recent Star Wars project has been previously made, the movie will be about the birth of the Force. So in Star Wars lore and expanded universe, it takes place in a completely different galaxy.
Mhm.
With different races like the Yuzon Vong and some other interesting races. And so hopefully they stick to the lore because that would be cool.
Yeah.
If not, as long as they make it good, I don't really care either.
Mhm.
So
I feel like we're going to get a little teaser of what the Yuzon Vong are in the TV shows, like Ahsoka. I think that might start to dip in the Yuzon Vong.
I'd say maybe that, yeah.
So that will start introducing it into the people who
Because that's a
don't
new
know what we know.
Because that's a new galaxy that
Yeah.
they went to. So
Yeah. So I think we're going to see the Yuzon Vong there and start introducing them.
I don't think we'll see on that planet. We're gonna see
No.
a bigger, badder person. The scariest thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree with that, but they are in that universe, so I think we're going to start getting more like lore towards Yuzon Vong.
yeah,
Because the people who don't know the comics, don't know the books, they don't know what we know.
yeah.
So this will be a good introduction, and then we'll get a full blowout of the Yuzon Vong, hopefully, or at least what I'm thinking in Dawn of the Jedi working title. But who knows? It's just barely being written now, so
Yeah. Please don't cancel.
please don't cancel. And apparently Squadrons is back on, but it's not back on, and it's bugging
No, it's
me.
back on.
It is?
Yeah,
I need
it's
it.
confirmed back on. Yeah,
I need it so bad.
we all do.
Squadrons is one of the shows or movies that I've been waiting for
Especially
since I was in high school.
yeah, especially since the writer, her dad was a World War II pilot, and so she's probably gonna bring a lot of maybe World War II-esque type stuff to Star Wars because it's
Mhm.
about fighter pilots.
Yep.
It has nothing to do about Jedi or anything.
Which
or the
Star Wars
Force,
doesn't
so.
need to be about Jedi and
No.
Force users and all that. We can just have a show that's just about people in the universe.
Like Andor. See, that
Like
was good without
Andor.
Jedi.
Yeah, we don't need a
Or
lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's next on the news? Then?
More Star Wars. We have The
Love it.
Mandalorian and Grogu, and it will open up May 22nd, 2026.
This will also be a movie as well,
Yep,
coming to theaters.
Noise.
which is good. I think that is a very good move. And me personally, I hope that it just squashes the Mandalorian storyline because it has a thorn in my side that I don't particularly want to get into.
I really like it. I really like Mando.
I do too, but I just dislike a lot of the choices that were made.
I like the entire show,
I'm glad for you.
except for a few episodes.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm mostly more upset just because it's not the way it went the way that I wanted it to go, so that's why I'm upset. I'm one of those fanboys.
Oh,
And then other big news, Toy Story 5 will be going into the theaters June 19th,
Why?
2026.
Why the fuck are they making more of these? Kids, I get it, kids.
Yep,
Kids.
kids.
it's kids. It's a kid movie.
It was my generational show to watch. Now
What?
it's my niece's generational show to watch, and now it's going to be my niece's nieces.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Toy Story 100, we all did.
Exactly. Toy Story 100. I probably will not be watching this, but I know that it's good information to get out.
Mhm. Especially those with kids.
Yeah. Now, going back to our childhoods, Lobo, and now for Clay, as he's more interested in this, Avatar live action has changed showrunners again. So this is the second switch, I think, of showrunners. So we had a direction of where Avatar was going to go, and I think that I can't necessarily say for what the writers and showrunners will choose to do, but it's not going to be the same show of what we had and what you saw.
In season 1.
I saw that news like yesterday. Didn't understand it, so
Yeah, so it just means that it's going to be under new direction, basically.
Don't like this, but I will wait and see till the product is out.
I don't necessarily want to say anything positive or negative towards it.
Mm-hmm.
It could change in a way for what I choose as the better. But as what Clay said, you really enjoyed Avatar: The Last Airbender live action.
I thought it was really good.
So, is this just a temporarily fix between? I just don't know why you didn't switch it.
Because it is not letting me.
It's not letting him. I saw
It's
him
being
do.
weird.
I saw him do this. I'm
What the
like,
Yeah, it's being really weird. Anyways,
heck? So I can see it to where it would change it more for the ultra fans, and I don't necessarily know if that was the right choice because you said you really enjoyed the show. So if people who aren't in the universe really enjoyed the show and you're catering to a group of people, is that really promoting creative freedom?
Like in Star Wars, don't do that.
Yeah. So me as an ultra fan, I'm like, yes, potential closer lore. You're like, my beautiful, my precious.
I say as long as it's good, just give me good shit
Yeah.
and I'll like it.
For the most part, I like watching good stuff. And for overall, Avatar: Last Airbender was good for what it was. Um, and I'm curious to see on how they take it. The show is still greenlit for 2 to 3 seasons. Um, yeah. News for you that you would like. We have Hitmonkey season 2, July 15th.
Oh shit! The anime on Hulu.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, that took me years.
I told you that you were going to be excited about this.
Boner.
Yeah, ding! I told you, look away. And then I
When is
have
the release date?
July 15th of this year.
Okay, a few months. Cool.
Yep. So the next thing I have is a correction for the Amogus. So I originally called it out as a movie. Apparently it will be a series. Plus there's an additional 4 new cast members: Patton Oswalt, Deborah Wilson, Phil Lamar, and Wayne Knight. Don't know who any of those people are.
I'm glad it's a series, not a movie.
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel like a movie would have been a bad decision.
Because they can do so many cliffhangers with TV shows type thing
Mhm.
and make it more like a drama horror than do like a movie. Because the movie, they have so much time. Among Us is probably not going to have a big budget movie.
No.
And so so if they do that type of thing, it's gonna be super fast pacing, and it's not gonna be good. While the TV show, if they do it a little bit fast, you just think it's a normal TV show
Mm-hmm.
type thing. Because you know it's a TV show, you know they only have so much time, and so
Yeah.
while the movie, you're expecting it to kind of a little slower. But
Yeah, you want, your slow, your pickup, your plateau, and your finish. With a show, you can have that entire wave every single episode.
yeah, and that's what you want with this type of show. So
Mhm.
you definitely want
High
you know,
anxiety, high stress.
You need high anxiety, high stress with this drama horror. But they should wait to like what they should do is don't release what
Yes, Among Us.
the alien among us, the creature,
imposter.
the imposter, yeah.
Yeah, I
Whatever
feel
you wanna
like
call it, they should not release it until like a few episodes till the end.
Mhm.
So if you do 12 episodes, right? That'd be crazy long for this type of show.
Yeah, I would
But-
expect 6 to 8.
But if let's do 10 episodes, show it like if you want to start doing the season finale, like them figuring it out, then do it like episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then show who the imposter is, what they look like type thing. And then boom.
And it's going to be animated, if I remember correctly
Oh,
as
it's
well.
gonna be animated? Oh, that'd be live action.
I don't remember. I thought I read live action, and then I started reading animated, and a lot of the characters a lot of the people that I just read off, apparently they're voice actors. So
Well, like I bet they'll be in suits if they do it live action, so they're gonna
Yeah.
need voice acting. I don't think they can really take off their helmets. So, but I don't know.
And then Tron and Daredevil Born Again has finished filming the first half of season 1, being 9 episodes long.
Nice.
Yeah, for first half.
Yeah,
First half.
just the first half.
I still need to catch up. I did not continue after I think half of season 2.
This is a completely new show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still the same.
No worries.
Same.
It's same actor, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing it like a new show, think of it more like a different universe. Like that Daredevil is one Marvel universe.
I got you.
This
I got
is
you.
another universe.
I
So
got
like you can come and watch this one without
I
needing to
understood.
watch the other one.
Understood. Got
So,
it. Sweet.
Nice.
Is that all we got, guys?
That is all that I have for entertainment.
Nice. Well, remember, guys, to join us again tomorrow, Saturday, April 6th, and Sunday, April 7th, around 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time, as we'll be watching WrestleMania 40, and you guys can watch along here as well. Also, remember, everything we say here, take it as a grain of salt. It's only our opinions. If you don't like it, or if you have your own opinions, if you want to talk about it, let us know in the comments, or if we offend you for any reason, move along. Hopefully you got something better to see. Also, remember to be grateful for everything we have. Be grateful for the problems you don't have, as it could always be much, much worse. And for anybody that's going through anything, we all go through it, our ups and downs. It's parts of life. But if you're going through any mentally, physically, emotionally,
Metaphysically.
thank you. I always forget that. Reach out to someone. Reach out to a friend, a family. There's lines out there. Talk to somebody. If you want, talk to us in the comments or on our socials in Facebook, J Wildside, Instagram and X on Joker's Wildside. And we will try to get back to you ASAP, as I do check it pretty regularly. But remember, you are loved and you are cared. We do care about you. But other than that, I've been Lobo.
I've been Jax.
I've been Clay.
And this was Joker's Wildside Corner.
See ya.
See ya.